whenever he can. So
Yep, yep.
we'll just go with that. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode. People listening to the audio or video version here on YouTube, No Name Wrestling Podcast on all platforms. Welcome back to another episode 22. Today we were going to do something different, but I pushed that back a couple of weeks. Today we're gonna discuss some current things. I feel like there's a lot of things within WWE, AEW, and all the above to really kind of discuss. So we're gonna talk possible WWE TNA collaboration. Probably also talk a little bit of Clash of the Castle, NXT tonight as well. A little bit of everything. Little bit of everything. So the original episode we were gonna do, we pushed that back for 2 weeks. I know we were gonna do top 25 WWE pay per views all time. We'll do that after the next episode after we do the Clash of the Castle recap. So push that back for 2 weeks. Today we'll just discuss, like I said, WWE TNA collaboration, the possible of what that could be, things that we want to see happen, things that we don't want to see happen, and like I said, some of the current stuff too. We'll probably also take some questions within the chat for the people watching live right now. So first things first, we do have NXT tonight. We
Okay.
have Jordan Grace from TNA coming over to face Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Jordan Grace also has an open challenge next week at Against All Odds, where anybody can open the challenge and answer the call. Some people are speculating that's going to be the first WWE jump over to TNA. So, who are your thoughts on? First off, who do you think wins that match tonight, and who do you think will challenge Jordan Gray? Because I've heard a lot of people say Natalia. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh God.
A lot of people think it's gonna be Natalia. I'm like, oh man,
No.
that's something. That's something. I don't know. I don't want to believe that's something they would do, but knowing old WWE stuff, they would do something like that. But a lot
Sounds
of
like a
people are,
waste.
yeah, a lot of people are saying that's gonna be Natalia. It's interesting though, because there's a lot of I guess uncertainty of who that really could be. I really feel like it needs to be somebody that you would have never expected to step foot in TNA. Like somebody that would just completely shock you that they're actually in the TNA Impact Zone. Like, oh my gosh, this person is here in TNA competing for the championship. More than likely, somebody who probably also won the title as well. So, I guess there's a lot of options you could throw out there. But what do you guys think on that?
I feel like there's a lot of potential with this whole TNA thing. First of all, I don't think Jordan Grace will win tonight. I think there's going to be some sort of
Oh, really?
heelish tactic to keep her from winning. But I don't see them like doing like a double champion thing with the NXT Women's title going off the TNA. But like I said, there's a lot of potential with what they could do. Because there was one point WWE wouldn't even acknowledge TNA. They didn't even acknowledge that it existed. But now we're at the point where they are. So it's like they could do a lot here. I mean, anyone that I could see, you could do Naomi because of the history with her and Jordan Grace. You could do Tatum Paxley. I've seen that thrown around as well. But
Um, it's probably gonna be Natalia.
uh,
They already teased it on Twitter. Because I know Jordan really wants to work with Natalia. So
why?
because it's Natalia, bro. But I think because even when she first came up in the Rumble, they made like that an exchange on Twitter. So I think they really want to do that match. They did tease Tatum, so it could be her. Could be Ariana Grace. Battle for the last name. But I got my money on Natalia just because I'm setting my expectations really low, and they already
Oh
they
no,
already teased
man.
it, bro. They already teased that, bro. And her contract's up anyway, so you can kind of
I
like play
mean,
like,
they did tease it, but it's like I think the expectations are like very high for this. I don't think people are gonna really pop too loud if it's Natalia. You know what I mean?
nah,
Like,
bro.
It's going to be
Natalia's
met with
actually,
silence.
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Natalia's actually kind of popular, bro. Like, and it's a TNA crowd. They don't get WWE people, bro. They're gonna pop for her, bro. They pop for her in fucking Columbus every time. It pisses me off, bro. I hate it. I don't know why. Natalia, Columbus fucking loves Natalia, and it pisses me off. I do not know why. Somebody had a sign said, "I came here for Natalia." I said, "Why did you waste your money? Like, what the?" Anyway,
Natalia catching strays, bro.
she is catching
Bro,
all this trade, but it's either gonna be her or Tatum, bro. But
are you ever going to
doesn't
let go of this natty hate?
no, never, never. The moment she popped because she beat BFAB, bro, it pissed me off. BFAB deserved just for BFAB.
I feel like it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be Natalia, man. I don't. No way. I think it's gonna be somebody that's gonna shock the world, like a Charlotte or something. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be so unexpected.
Nah, Charlotte ain't losing to Jordan Grace, bro.
Nah.
No, she.
If
I
Charlotte
mean,
pulls
I
up,
think.
she's
I
winning
think.
that title.
I think whoever she faces. is winning,
Exactly. Like,
I think
Charlotte,
whoever-
y'all really. I don't think Charlotte.
That would be
think-
cool as hell, though.
I
That'd
think
be
whoever
cool.
I think whoever she faces is winning, though. I think Jordan Grace is winning tonight. So.
Oh,
I think she's winning tonight. I think
So
she's gonna
so
win
you
tonight.
saying
And
so
then
you're
drop
saying
her
Jordan
title.
Grace wins the NXT title, and then someone else wins the TNA Knockouts championship, and we have a swap. pretty
That's
much.
how
Oh,
we'll
I
have,
didn't
like,
even think about that.
the official like collaboration. Like now we know these two companies are working together because now Jordan Grace can show up both to TNA and WWE, and whoever wins that championship fights for. Like you've never seen somebody hold a world championship or a championship in WWE and show up to another promotion. That's unheard of. Like we've seen the opposite. Obviously, Jordan Grace has brought the Impact Championship. Mickey James did it before in the Rumble to the WWE's company, but Jordan Grace taking the NXT title, even though it's the NXT title, but like we've never seen a presentation of a WWE champion. I think since Hulk Hogan did stuff with New Japan, but that was like back in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we haven't seen it like in the modern era where somebody holds a championship within the WWE and goes to another promotion. This is their really first time to do that. Like I feel like if they do that with this move, this really ushers in like, you know, when Triple H said we're in the new era, this really shows like, no, this era is really different now. Like this is something that we haven't seen ever in modern era that happened, especially with just strictly with WWE in general. So I think she wins tonight and then she loses her title to. That's why I feel like it can't be like a Natalia. It has to be somebody that has value. Like somebody, maybe somebody like a Tiffany Stratton, somebody on the upcoming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, bro,
somebody that could be
Don't
some.
downplay
some
TNA,
interesting-
bro. They might put that thing on Natty, bro. Don't downplay them. Don't downplay.
I mean, they
bro.
could, but
Don't downplay it, bro. Don't downplay it, bro.
They could.
Let's
but
not do that.
They could put it on. I don't know. I feel
Let's
like it's gonna
not do
be. I feel like it needs to be somebody with high value that brings full eyes to the product. I don't really think Natalia screams that. Like somebody like a Charlotte
she does
does.
not.
Somebody like a Tiffany Stratton, I think, does. Naomi, if they wanted to take her back there, but she's already went there. I think it needs to be somebody a little bit different. I want to see somebody a little bit different that really I wouldn't expect show up, but
Nia
also has
Jax.
that name value.
Nia Jax, give her both titles.
Nia Jax would be kind of crazy. I
That's
wouldn't
not
be
a bad
against it.
name.
Make her a double champion this summer.
I wouldn't be against Nia Jax would be kind of,
I love that.
crazy.
Imagine if we were talking about Nia Jax like this a whole 2 years ago.
That'd been wild. Bro.
Never.
They would have said
Never.
your braids. They would have said your braids too tight.
Yeah.
Nice, Chelsea Green.
They already
Chelsea
are,
Green
too,
was in
so-
TNA, so. Chelsea Green was in TNA. That wouldn't be.
That's
I mean,
a good one.
she
Yeah.
did stuff there before, so
Yep.
that wouldn't be, I guess, too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, someone said Julia is there as well. So I feel like Roxanne might drop to Julia sometime soon.
Yeah, I just don't see
Julia?
Roxanne losing it tonight. I just don't.
Yeah,
I honestly don't see any scenario that she wins, to be honest.
unless you have Julia take that title off Grace.
Like as soon as they announced Jordan Grace coming out, and they were kind of like, I guess, teasing these collabs, and then we found out Jordan Grace is going to have the open challenge. I think they're doing the title swap. I think that's, to me, this makes the most sense. Like there might honestly be a lot of title changes tonight, like the tag titles, the women's championship. I wouldn't be surprised if Ethan Page wins tonight either. Like I wouldn't be shocked by any of those scenarios.
That would be
The only
That's a rocket
title I'd be
strap.
shocked would be Obafemi if he loses, and I don't see him losing.
yeah.
So
No,
Yeah, he's not losing.
He's
she's
the
losing to
only
Joe
one that-
Coffey.
he's the only one that I think really is solidified, like winning tonight. Like anybody else, I really think could be a title change. That's what makes NXT so unpredictable. You know what I mean? Like you think
What's up,
it
Ian?
could go one way, and it always could go the opposite direction. So I just feel like whoever shows up, like for Charlotte to come back, if Charlotte had her comeback but showed up in TNA, that would be insane, bro. Like the world would obviously lose
He'll
their
melt
minds.
down. Yep.
Like nobody would see that coming. She would have to win another championship. So I don't know how people feel about that, but.
Yeah. I mean, like her or not, it's going to be a huge draw. Like, eyes are going to be like, what the hell is Charlotte doing in the Impact Zone, basically?
For sure, because she's WWE homegrown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like pure made in the WWE system. So
Lifer.
I think I think it'll be interesting. What are some other collaborations you guys are hoping to see? I know that they've Jordan Grace talked about in an interview that she had said that that Moose said that he wanted to do something over there because I guess he was one of the first people that texted her when it kind of happened because nobody kind of knew type stuff. Moose would be pretty dope. I know WWE is supposed to get him quite a few times, and he ended up staying in TNA. So that's something that'd be kind of possible. I feel like the first big name though in the men's division, I think, has to show up to TNA. It has to be AJ Styles for me. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's the one guy that you need to see, especially after he loses to Cody in the I Quit match. Like, that could play easily into him going to TNA and stuff like that. Like,
one more.
I feel like that has to be the ultimate agenda in my brain. Like, it has to be AJ Styles to really make that appearance to TNA, or maybe even the whole OC, whoever. I mean, it don't even matter. Like, AJ Styles showing back up at TNA in 2024 would be crazy.
Yeah, my thing is, like, my question for, like, this whole collab with TNA and WWE, is this going to be limited to NXT, or are we, like, branching out, giving them the main roster thing? Because if they're able to get main roster guys over to TNA and vice versa,
I don't see why not. Yeah,
it's just going to help TNA to no end. Definitely a lot more, and no shade to AEW, a lot more than the collab with AEW did.
For sure. I mean, a lot more people watch WWE in general, so
yeah.
I don't see why it couldn't be the main.
I don't see them
stuff.
sending see him sending Cody over there, but like definitely like
that would be wild.
AJ and like Chad Gable.
It depends. I think Cody could, because Cody's the company guy. So if it was Roman Reigns, it'd be different.
The thing is, like, if he shows up, I mean, he has to win. That's the thing.
No, I mean,
if you have like a Seth or a Cody or a Gunther or like those high caliber guys, like they're winning no matter what. Like, WWE's not just going to send them over there to lose. So
no, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Cody could, because he was in TNA before, so he has history there. Obviously he would win no matter who he faces, but I mean, I can see him
send Karrion Kross over there to lose.
I mean, they could do that.
Killer Kross one more time.
He actually he might, if he goes back to TNA, it actually might be good for him because
he might go bald again.
Keep him. They might as well just keep him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Just keep him.
Might as well just keep him.
No, not unless he go bald again, man. If he go bald again, then we talk something different, bro. I mean,
either way, I never cared for Karrion Kross personally.
Karrion Kross in NXT was crazy, bro.
I like the entrance.
He was nice. Yeah. Damn.
No, him in NXT,
entrance merch is wild.
His presentation was, bro. When I saw the entrance, that gave me chills. I was like, no, this is crazy.
The entrance is amazing. I will never tax that.
His presentation was ridiculous off rip, bro. And it was there's no fans there.
I think Adam Cole might have ruined him for me. I can't lie.
The promo?
Probably.
I
was already kind of like iffy on him, but then that just was like.
I mean, his promos never were that great. His presentation was his dominance. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what he.
Karrion Kross is a good promo.
Like, even when he got hurt, bro, he got hurt and came back and got the championship right off rip, bro. Like,
yep. They were just giving him they strapped the rocket to him.
Wasted no time, bro. I think it was the Jeff Hardy match that really hurt him. That's when I knew it was it for him.
Yes, that was done. It was the match.
No troll. That was stupid.
It was the Super Shredder match.
And then the next week on Raw, they came out with the helmet. I said, nah,
bro. They got him in a whole gimp suit, bro.
They came out with the helmet. I said, it's over, bro. It's done.
I'm like, what are we doing? We got the Basham brothers back. What's going on?
This man coming out with the gladiator look. I said, nah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. That's
ridiculous.
If maybe this was the '90s, I mean, he could have pulled it off. I mean, honestly, maybe somebody bigger maybe could have pulled it off if they had like the right name value. But somebody who literally is getting built up, who needs to make himself credible, you can't do that to him, man. Like, you can't have that man come in putting on the helmet and stuff, and then he had no Scarlet. They changed the entrance. He lost to Jeff Hardy in like 2 minutes, bro, by a roll up. Like, and he was undefeated. That was his first loss ever in WWE, bro. His first loss ever in WWE was to
a roll up.
My thing is this: like, if they wanted Kross to lose, which they shouldn't have anyway. That's number one. But number two, if they wanted him to lose anyway, they couldn't put someone else in that position.
Bro, why is he losing to Jeff Hardy?
And you don't forget,
here's the thing:
they were trying to champion.
They were trying to revamp Jeff a little bit before he got released because they brought back No More Words.
Bro,
and
this is the same Jeff Hardy at the time. Jeff Hardy was chasing the 24/7 title, bro. Why is he losing to Jeff Hardy?
I don't know, man.
As the NXT champion.
That was dumb.
Undefeated, bro. Like, this is Jeff Hardy past his prime, bro.
Yeah,
like,
troll aside, I don't agree with that decision at all.
Like, the fact that he lost to Jeff Hardy via roll-up, too, was kind of crazy.
That's crazy to me. It
and
was,
then
what, 2 minutes?
He ended up getting that win back, but it was like, that's how
it's like, what's the point? You should have done it the first night. Might be one of the worst NXT debuts ever. Probably the worst.
That's top 5.
It's easily
top 5.
Probably the worst one.
Yeah, it's easily top 5 worst NXT debuts ever. It's the same way I felt with.
I can't think of worse.
It's the same way I felt with Keith Lee when he first came up and he had different theme and different gear. I was like, yeah, it's done, bro. It's over.
That's
bro.
number 2.
They already changing him, bro. I wasn't even excited when he beat Randy Orton at Payback because I already knew that it was they had changed him already.
It was going like this. Yeah.
The fact that he already came up and they already were changing him, I'm like, why is he already getting changed on his debut? They changed his theme, they changed his gear. He's already getting revamped for no reason, bro. That's how you knew it was GG's, bro. I'm like,
And then when they put Bearcat Keith Lee on him, I'm like, are you serious? What are we
bro.
doing? What are we doing? Bearcat? What does that mean?
Man named Bearcat.
What does that mean?
Man from
Bearcat.
Cincinnati, bro. Man from Cincinnati, bro. Bearcat. Cincinnati Bearcat.
Man, that's
Hell
crazy,
no,
bro.
bro.
He was not winning. He was not winning nothing, bro.
Bro,
Another
it-
one that someone in the chat said the one with the Lafayette crowd.
Yeah.
It's like-
Lafayette, that crowd is the worst crowd. I've
They
ever
made a whole video. I saw it came up on my my recommended yesterday. Actually, the WWE actually addressed that Lafayette crowd. They had
Yeah,
Pat
it was
McAfee
that
roast
bad.
them.
Literally
I'm like-
that bad, bro.
I'm like, if
Literally that,
you
bro.
if you have the WWE mocking you for being such a bad crowd, I don't think you deserve another show.
You know, it was
Bro.
pretty.
And it crazy.
It was pretty
They
poor.
they went to Lafayette earlier this year, bro.
But they don't give Denver shit. Crazy. All right.
Maybe crowd shitty over there, bro. No, man.
Nah, Rock said we were top 5 crowds he's ever been in front of.
Oh well.
And it's The Rock. The Rock's known enough for a lot to lie a lot. So.
So that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe Denver crowds aren't too bad. I mean, I've never been there.
I got
but
Bobby Lashley.
We're all right. We're
about
pretty
it.
solid.
You got Big Bobford. Everything else happened on NXT though. I think is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be one of the best NXT shows I think they got tonight. So make sure y'all go check out Vengeance Day live.
It's
And
Battleground. Battleground.
I don't know why I said Vengeance Day, but yeah.
Vengeance
Uh,
Day.
You think it's going?
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Battleground.
You think it's going to top last year's?
Easily, bro. This card, you see this card? The card
Yeah,
looks
this
card's
ridiculous.
crazy.
stacked. I mean, you got a ladder match already.
the
Like,
ladder
they don't,
match, you
NXT ladder matches don't miss.
They don't
You got,
disappoint now.
got the ladder matches, the tag match. You got even the underground match will be what it is for the story purpose. But I mean, you got the 2 championship matches. You got the triple threat match. I mean, nah, this card.
Yeah.
This is why NXT is so special because they're able to not only build up new future stars within WWE system that they need for the future, but they can have shock factors. They can bring people from other promotions. They can bring people from the main roster, NXT legends, bring them down and kind of revamp them. Like Gallows and Anderson haven't done anything on the main roster, but I guarantee you tonight they're gonna have one of the best matches they've had in a long time for WWE. They've been there. They've always been a good tag team. They just don't have a presentation on the main roster that makes them as a credible tag team. So
They just
tonight,
gave up on
honestly,
them at one point.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it kind of seems like they're starting to do something with them now again, but it's like,
because they're with AJ.
yeah, I just like they don't do anything. They don't put them in tag team matches on the main roster. They don't do anything with them in the tag team division on the main roster. So I like them in NXT because literally tonight they could have one of the best matches they've had in a while to show that they're still a good tag team. They just don't have a presentation. Same with Mia Yim, bro. Like she gonna do very well in this ladder match. She may not win, but she'll do very well in this ladder match. But she don't have a presentation on the main roster though, and that's why I always force and push people to watch NXT because the people that you see on the main roster, they may not have the same aura that they had in NXT. People's presentations in NXT and the main roster can very, very be different from time to time, especially if you were made in NXT or you come back down to NXT. Like NXT can literally take somebody who's doing nothing and literally turn them into gold literally in a matter of months on, the NXT roster.
Yeah.
So
I
I
was
really
loving what
think,
Dolph Ziggler was doing at that time. I was enjoying that.
I mean, Ziggler did great stuff and Balor came back down and got revamped when he needed to. That
His
was
best
great for
run.
him. Like
Yep.
they can literally turn anybody into a star who could be jobbers on the main roster. They could be Akira Tozawa could go down to NXT for 3 months and he would look like he actually cared. That like he means something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I think all around NXT will have a great show tonight. As far as the more of the crossovers, what are some things that I guess you guys hope doesn't, like some things that could really make this not work? Because I think we all hope WWE and would at least cross brand with some people like in the past, but they never did. And AEW has done it with New Japan and stuff, but I don't know how y'all feel about those either. Those Forbidden Door shows, but
My thing is, go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't treat them like WCW. Just don't do that. Just
There you go.
don't do that.
what you mean, bro?
don't
WWE had- they had
don't
to respect
belittle.
that.
Don't belittle TNA. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't make TNA look lesser than.
Don't go.
'Cause
Don't
that's
send.
That's what AEW did. To be honest, they had Kenny winning the damn TNA title or Impact title at the time, and like it just didn't do anything for
Didn't do
anybody
anything.
there. They just took their titles, started defending them
We
on
didn't.
Rampage and Dynamite. And it's like, what are we doing?
We never got like Kenny versus we got Kenny versus Moose, right? But we never got anyone from TNA challenging for the AEW World Title. We never got a single knockout on AEW television. Never got X Division. Nobody like that. It was very very limited. It was just for TNA. And also, I don't want to hear a WWE like talent cut a promo on TNA calling them a pissant company. Like I don't want
No.
LA Knight to belittle, even though he wouldn't because he came from TNA. That's just an example. I wouldn't want him like talking trash. Like I don't want AJ Styles to go on the mic and say, "This is why I left TNA. Fuck TNA." Da 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 da. Like I don't want to see that. I want to see TNA actually be presented as a worthy competitor. But be like, I'm WWE, so this is what I'm rocking with. But like,
Right.
still respect TNA. You know, that's what I want to see.
Then maybe Malik's idea of Jordan Grace potentially winning the title could be good for them because it's like,
Exactly.
yeah, first night you over here winning our belts.
Exactly.
That's why I think
And
it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's why. I mean,
That's not a bad idea.
Realistically,
I just
I
feel like
mean-
with Julia on the way, I feel like Julia's going to be the one to take it from Roxanne, but
Julie could take it from Jordan Grace, though. I mean, that could be even
That's fair.
big. That could be even.
that would be
bigger
a
for her.
crazy match. That'd
it'd
be
be a great match, yeah.
Yeah,
nasty.
that could be even bigger for her. I mean, maybe Roxanne does win, but I honestly, I think the smart move would to be have Jordan Grace win, honestly, and I think that probably should main event the show too. Like that match probably should be the main event.
Yeah. I think if it does main event, which I don't think it is, then she's winning. But I don't think that's the main event.
But their presentation, as far as definitely not belittling the company, I mean, that's definitely a very wise thing to do. I mean, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to kind of figure that out. I mean, WCW, when they got bought out by WWE, did the whole invasion angle, but number one, they missed a lot of key stars that they didn't have because they had guaranteed contracts like Goldberg, Sting, the NWO, and stuff. So those guys weren't a part of the stories, which would have made it so much bigger.
So much better.
Yeah.
But then, they added ECW, and then they just, they didn't
Made
do the story.
Stephanie the leader of ECW. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
just
Stone
the
Cold
most
defense.
counterproductive.
Yeah, they
Bro,
didn't
they
do-
had Angle go from heel to face to heel to face to heel the very next night. It was like, all right, man. It's
Yeah,
like-
they didn't know what to do fully to make that work. And like I said, they had a lot of key stars that weren't there that would have made it bigger, but
Yeah.
I mean, they still had
I
a
think
lot
they
of
should've waited.
they still had a lot of stars there to make it work, though. I mean, I don't think the invasion angle was like, I don't think it was ass, but like when you look back at it and you look at that roster, that's like, damn, bro, I could have did a lot of things that could
It's
have been a lot
just-
different.
To me, and like looking at it and watching a lot of it back, I feel like it's one of the most mishandled and like a lot of money just left on the table. To me, I think they should have waited.
Easily.
I feel like they should have waited for contracts to expire.
Yeah.
So they and like a year later, everyone just comes in and starts this whole thing.
Yeah. They could have.
Well, that was a minute though, because Sting never came over.
He
So
was
that
never- yeah, he was
that
never
was
gonna come.
he went to TNA, and then NWO came in 02. Goldberg didn't come to 03. So I mean,
Yeah,
they could
that'd be
have
tough.
they could
Or
have
maybe
tried
buy out a
to
few contracts. I don't know.
they could have tried to make it work, I guess. Yeah, but then I
But-
mean, it was
but-
WCW's
but
paid
But
a
then
lot of
again,
money,
they
bro.
fucked up with
But-
the XFL. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
the
mean,
WCW contracts was like crazy money though.
They're
though.
crazy,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
Insane money.
Yeah.
So
Like I
It's hard
think
to-
to buy out a I mean, can imagine this Hulk Hogan in general. He had guaranteed money, you know what I mean? See, and guarantee, with the creative aspect of the direction that he goes in. So he had a lot of stuff in his contract. I don't know if WWE's looking at that. It's like, yeah, we.
Like, we want that. We want to deal with
Plus,
all that
I mean,
bullshit.
honestly, if I'm one of those guys too, and I get to take a year or two off and get paid,
I wouldn't leave it.
absolutely.
taking
Fuck
that
that.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take me that's easy money right there. You know what I'm saying? And just can literally do whatever you want. You can sleep for a whole month if you want to. You can travel for a whole month if you want to. You can do whatever literally you want. For
You're getting
for
paid.
a
too.
year or two. You know what I'm saying? Now
Really paid.
there were some people who did have that and didn't want to stay home. Like I know Booker T had one too, and he said he jumped to WWE immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like he was ready. He didn't want to take time off though. You know what I'm saying? So some people had that right too. Some people may not have had that right too, but they definitely don't want TNA, and I don't think they would do that. I think Triple H is smart enough to know, and Shawn Michaels for sure too, to know they don't need to belittle TNA at all. It wouldn't do anything for them.
Nope. No. I think they'll do it right. They'll do TNA justice.
As they should. I mean,
TNA is great stuff. Like the stuff.
the
like
potential,
Cash, like
the potential matchups could be like Josh Alexander versus Gunther. I mean, there's the potential matchups you can do on that show are just.
I want to see Josh Alexander versus AJ Styles. I feel like that writes itself.
I mean, that would be great as well.
he hands off the keys and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
I think
That writes itself.
I think NXT and TNA got the two best women's divisions right now that are being used to their best ability.
Yep.
AEW obviously has a great division too, but not everybody is being utilized or feels important in that division. So there's a lot of aspects they could do. We'll probably figure out. We'll probably know more tonight, especially with the outcome of the Jordan Grace match, especially next week with the Open Challenge. I mean, that's endless right there. So I feel like there's so many different things they could do with that aspect that would just make that whole presentation better. But we'll see what happens. Let's dive a little bit into Clash at the Castle because I made a video about this yesterday. So I don't know if anybody noticed this, or have really noticed it at first, but you got a lot of people on the show that are actually from Scotland. You have Drew McIntyre, you have Piper Niven, you have Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, also from Scotland, which is why they're on the show because they don't really get too much TV time, but they're from there. They get a chance to perform in front of their families, friends. That's great. But if you look at all the matches, you have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the world title, Bayley versus Piper Niven. You have the Triple Threat Women's Tag Team title match. Is there any way possible nobody from Scotland is going to win any titles at this show? Because if you look at all aspects, some people think CM Punk is going to screw over Drew McIntyre. I don't see Piper Niven beating Bayley.
No.
And I don't think Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are going to win the tag titles either.
No.
So is there really going to be a scenario where they have this big PLE in Scotland and not? I mean, I get you can't always have that good hometown feeling. I understand that, but
Yeah.
there's multiple
three?
people from the same place that are going to be on this show. First major PLE in Scotland. Who knows the next time they'll even have one?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
should they have everybody lose from Scotland, or at least should
no.
somebody?
There's
Here's the thing.
there you go, Mo. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, I was about to say they could win the tag titles, but then I realized who the champs were.
Exactly.
I was
They can't. No, they're not dropping this storyline yet. They can't. Do that.
No.
I think the only logical one would have to be Drew McIntyre.
Exactly. No, because you can't have this first pay-per-view in Scotland and have nobody from the hometown win. They're not going to have Jade and Bianca in their story right now as tag team champions.
No.
The whole story is who's going to stop them. So like if they lose in a triple threat match, it's kind of like, oh, you just leave a lot on the table for that future storyline of whoever stops them. And then I don't see Piper winning. She's not winning. She's just not built up enough. And then Drew is the only one that makes sense. And you could say Punk screws Drew, but you can honestly just leave it. He can screw him at SummerSlam. Like, he can save
that's
it.
where you do it. That's where you do it.
So I think the way to break it down with the Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest factor, I think a lot of people are looking at it like, why would it make sense for Drew to win only to lose it 2 months later to Gunther at SummerSlam? And CM Punk does play into the storyline of them having their interaction and stuff. So from a storyline perspective, it would make sense if Punk did screw him. But it's kind of like he already did that at WrestleMania. Even though Drew won the championship, he's the sole reason Damian Priest was able to even cash in the Money in the Bank to begin with at WrestleMania. So from my understanding, it's like Drew McIntyre for the last 4 years has literally been chasing this one moment to not only win the world title in front of the fans, but to at least have a run in front of the fans as a world champion, because he never got it during COVID when it was his time. He still won the championship and still had a great run, one of the MVPs of the pandemic era, but there was nobody there. And then he got beat by a lot of people he had to help put over, like a Bobby Lashley, like Roman Reigns, like Seth Rollins during their championship runs. And then he did win the world title at WrestleMania, but he had it for 5 minutes. So that's not really a moment right there. He had a championship for 5 minutes and then had to give it to somebody else. So I feel like there's literally a perfect scenario. Like, I feel like Damian Priest won this just for Drew McIntyre to win it in a bigger stage. And there's no bigger stage for him to finally win it in his home country. This is different from the first Clash at the Castle. Drew McIntyre isn't from Cardiff. So even though Cardiff's in the UK, he's not from Cardiff. He's from Scotland. And Damian Priest is a completely different champion than Roman Reigns. Damian Priest wasn't on the same level as Roman Reigns, and he wasn't having a run like Roman Reigns was having at the time with a storyline they were calling literal cinema. So I feel like if there's gonna be a time for Drew to get it, it's literally right there in the palm of their hands.
Right
I don't
now.
care. I don't care if he holds it for 2 months and loses it to Gunther. Even if he beats Gunther or whatever, I still don't even. I wouldn't even be mad at that. But it's like,
Wow.
if you're not gonna have Drew win at this point to finally achieve the moment of him not only winning the world title, but then to finally get the run in front of the fans, I don't see any bigger moment that possibly could top this. And we didn't think there was going to be a bigger moment than Clash in 2022. We didn't think there's going to be a bigger moment than WrestleMania this year, but it's like, bro, it's in Scotland, bro. Nobody's going to get a bigger reaction than him.
Unless they're
I
doing
feel like-
WrestleMania in Scotland next year, which they're not. So.
Which they're not, yeah. And I feel like Drew, like outside of like booking making sense and all that, I just feel like Drew deserves it, bro. For all
Easily,
the
yes.
work that he put in during the pandemic, like you said, putting all these people over, like he deserves this moment. And I'd feel bad for him if he lost this again. I really would.
Yeah.
I honestly would hate it if CM Punk came out.
No,
and
yeah,
crushed Drew
I would
McIntyre.
hate it.
He's gonna get
Yeah, and-
booed, and it's just gonna be the reverse effect. Punk's supposed to be the face of this whole thing, so
Yeah, and you're talking about. I saw you talk, Ian, about heel versus heel. Damien's not turning face in a month. That's like you got 2 months. He's not turning face because if he turns face, he's feuding with Finn Balor, and you're not going to have a Finn Balor. Like, how is Finn Balor going to play in this whole thing if he has to face Gunther? That's just going to be a whole bunch of complications. So it's going to be heel versus heel regardless, unless CM Punk or sneaks in, or if Jey Uso wins Money in the Bank, sneaks in, and then Gunther faces Jey Uso. But then you're just like complicating this whole story. So it's just easier. It's just simpler if Drew just wins at Clash, because like when else is he going to win? Like at this point, like this is the best time for him to win. Like
wait
any
next year
other,
or something.
there goes my light. But any other time would be like just like whatever. Like
Yeah, it's not gonna hit the same.
Yeah, I feel like
This is
there's
the moment.
there's no bigger time than this show. This is the perfect show for Drew McIntyre to win. Like I said, not everybody has to win in front of their hometown and get that big feel moment. We get it. Like Sami Zayn lost in Montreal, okay, but like sometimes you do have to pull the trigger. Like imagine if CM Punk did beat Cena at Money in the Bank. Like especially with that storyline, the way they had built up CM Punk at that time frame, like if Punk doesn't beat Cena at Money in the Bank, like
That would be so.
y'all
dumb.
talking about Cena was a bigger heel when he beat Rey Mysterio, bro. He beat Punk in Chicago, like
like
They
that
would have
would've been
rioted.
crazy.
They would like imagine
Legit.
Cena would have beat RVD. That would have
Yeah.
they would have had his head on a platter.
Like sometimes I get like sometimes people don't win in their hometowns. That's cool. I guess it really just depends on. It really just depends on who you're facing, but I feel like Damian Priest cashing in was more so to give him the moment, just to get the briefcase off of him and to make him a world champion, but let everybody know like this isn't going to be a long-term run, but we still believe in Damian Priest. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he's not
we
going to
still-
fall down the card. This is not like a Vince kind of. It's not a Vince booking where he's gonna be a world champion and then just falls down. He's not gonna do that. Number one, because he's very good. Number two, Triple H is in charge, and Triple H clearly believes in Damian Priest. Otherwise, he wouldn't have given him the world heavyweight title. He could have just had him fail.
Facts.
And my thing is with everybody being like, not everybody, but some people being like, oh, I feel bad. Priest deserves a longer run. Here's the thing. Not everybody needs to be a long-term champion. Drew, at one point, had the company on his back. He's not going to be a long-term champion now. When we were coming up, there was a lot of flip-flopping. And I'm not saying that the title has to flip-flop all the time, but there's points in time where it makes perfect sense for the title to flip-flop. And right now is that time.
Yeah,
no,
man.
Drew,
I think we are in a different time frame, in a different era where I think Triple H values a longer championship reigns more, and I think we're so used to seeing that nowadays. Where like we grew up during like ruthless aggression era of WWE, and you saw a lot of the championships flip flop. Like not many people had the championship for a year. I can't even think of anybody. Not even Triple H when he was doing the Reign of Terror. He didn't even have it for a year at all the time. Undertaker never even held it for like 5 months. You know what I'm saying? John Cena was one of the very few that held it for over a year, but it wasn't too long after that. Like even
It was like
Randy
2
Orton.
more weeks. Yeah.
Even when Randy Orton did the Age of Orton championship run, that wasn't even a year. That was a couple of months, but it was a good run, good solid heel run for Randy Orton that he had that helps really solidify him. That's all people really need in this stage if you fit that bill. Not everybody has to have a long championship reign unless you're a champion that could really appeal to a great story that is bringing a lot of value to the company, or you're somebody the company is solidifying as the face of the WWE, which would be a Roman Reigns, a Cody Rhodes, those guys. Like those guys are in the higher echelon of things when it comes to WWE. Not everybody has to have a long reign though. Like
No.
you don't have to be a champion for a whole 365 days.
No,
Longer than
you don't even
that.
need it for 6 months, bro. Like some people don't even need it for 6 months. Like Drew does not. Like you said, he's already established. If Jay wins, he doesn't need it for. Jay needs it for like 2 months. 2 months solid. Get him a good title defense. He can drop it to whoever. Like Damian Priest doesn't need a long reign because
Not at all.
he's not. He's good, but he's just. I don't look at Damian Priest and see a superstar. I just see a guy who's a good wrestler. A guy's a good wrestler. A guy's a good promo. You hold it. He's holding the title while Seth is gone. While you're waiting on Drew. While you're waiting on Punk to come back. While you're waiting on Gunther to get his reign. He's a good transitional champion, which you need. Like transitional champions are very important in wrestling. Like you need those. Like those are very, very essential. Like you need guys who can hold it for a little bit and then just give it to someone else. Like Miz. Like that was very important. They needed him. Like they weren't going to have Bobby beat Drew straight up. So they gave it to Miz. And then Bobby beat Miz, and then they set up that WrestleMania match. So
I feel
some
like
people just don't need it.
I think too with the transitional stuff, I feel like if it makes sense for you, then there's nothing wrong with being a transitional champion, somebody who doesn't hold it that long. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I said, I feel like we're in this era where everybody's just so used to
Yes.
these long reigns, because you had Rhea, who held a championship for over a year. Gunther was champion for over a year. Roman was champion for 3.5 years. Seth Rollins was champion for almost a year. Bianca, like you had all these people who were breaking records or doing things, you know, that you didn't hear of as champion. So I guess that's what kind of plays into everybody who's champion nowadays. Like I don't look at everybody on the roster, maybe besides Cody, that I'm looking at right now and say that person is going to be champ for a while. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Sami Zayn is going to be champ for. Sami Zayn probably going to lose at Clash of the Castle to Chad Gable. You know what I mean? Like, Logan Paul going to lose to LA Knight by SummerSlam. That's what I see. You know, saying like I don't think Liv Morgan is going to be champion. She's going to have a longer reign than her last reign, but I think whenever Rhea comes back, more than likely, maybe like mid. Like fall, like, you know what I'm saying, beginning of winter, sometime around there. Bailey, same way, probably gonna lose to Nia Jax in the summer. You know, like I don't see a lot of these people holding these titles long besides Cody, but like I said, Cody's the face of the company right now. So this is his first championship reign. So they're going to try to at least establish it as something. You know what I mean? But then again, I mean, you can't please everybody because not everybody's gonna like Cody's reign because some people don't like Cody. So it's really about just pleasing, I guess, the audience who are just realistically watching and being non-biased, just strictly watching what the product is like, because we could critique anybody up here whether we like them or not. We've done it many times. You know what I'm saying? If somebody that we like has done something bad, then we'll talk about it. John Cena is my all-time favorite, but I've talked about how him destroying the Nexus was lame. It's stupid. Like, why? There was no point of that. You know what I mean? But then again, though, like they say, if you're not hating, then like if you're either a hater or a glazer, it's one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like
There's no in between, bro.
No.
there's no between.
Yeah.
If we talk about Roman Reigns and how he had a great championship reign, and we said he had the greatest world championship reign ever, which to me he did, then we're glazing. You know what I'm saying? Then that means that we're saying that he's better than John Cena and Shawn Michaels and Triple H and all these guys. Nobody's saying
I saw that in your comment section on that one video where you did like
nobody's saying that, bro.
And the people were hating on you. I'm like,
bro, he had a better reign than those guys. I'm sorry.
He did.
Not my
This
fault.
is
Roman
true.
Reigns is good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not my fault. Like, I understand a lot of people. I understand a lot of people hated him at one point, but it's not my fault. He's good, bro. Like, he's good at what he does. He's good at his job.
Yeah.
Like, he's evolved into greatness. Like,
yeah, like the
I watched
argument
the
of
world.
always part-time.
I watched the entire reign, and when he was a full-time and part-time guy, he was able to have a storyline that was interesting for years. Still to this day, they call it cinema. And he was able to help bring other people up to the top with them, consistently have good matches that told great for the storyline. He had great character work, great promo. He hit at all angles. He checked off all the boxes, bro. So it's like, I'm sorry that Roman Reigns was just like that, bro. But
I
then
feel
again,
like the
if we say,
arguments- I
then
feel
you
like the
can say
arguments
something
against
bad
it-
too. And then if you say something bad about it, then you're a hater. You
You're
know
a
what I'm saying?
hater.
Yeah, I feel like the arguments against it are really like nitpicky ass arguments because like there's no title reign that's perfect. There's
No.
none. Every title reign ever has a flaw within it. So people being like, "Oh, he only defended it a certain amount of," I'm like, he's a heel. He's a heel.
But it's not even that though. It's, oh my god. Okay, so I don't know how y'all feel about. We'll dive into the part-time champ stuff because I don't know how y'all guys feel about it.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with part-time champions as long as you do it correctly.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
incorrect part-time champions would be somebody like Brock Lesnar or a Logan Paul. Like Brock Lesnar when he was WWE Universal Champion for that 504 days as champion. The reason it was so bad was because number one, he didn't have that many matches that were that good. He wasn't a part of any storylines that were that appealing to make you care enough about him. And he did more damage by beating people that could have been way believable to beat him, like a Samoa Joe and a Braun Strowman, guys who really needed it at that time. And those guys really got flushed down the drain, and their momentum died down, and their steam was never really the same after that. Brock Lesnar didn't make the championship mean anything. He didn't do anything to help make the championship beneficial by any way. Logan Paul right now as U.S. champion has good matches, but they're not presenting him as a champion that feels credible on the roster. So when he comes back, you're not excited like, oh, hey, the U.S. championship is back on TV. Like, you don't feel that excitement there with him. When Roman Reigns was a part-time champion, it felt like a big deal every time he came back because it was a big deal. Every time they said Roman Reigns is coming back, you're like, all right, the storylines, let's see.
Here we go.
Let's
Yeah.
see where we're going with this new story now. Every time Roman Reigns cheated to win a match, that's exactly what was supposed to happen within the story. That's why he continued to be champion for the years that he did, because it added on to the storyline and it added on to the frustration of the fans wanting him to lose even more, because that's how you're supposed to feel. So Roman Reigns, when he comes back, he has a good storyline that's appealing. He has good matches. He cuts good promos. He has great character work. And he's helping bring other people with him to the top, like Sami Zayn and the Usos and Solo and all these guys that were in the Bloodline storyline that means something. So there's there's different levels to being a part-time champion. Some people just look at being a part-time champion like, oh, they're not there all the time. We've seen plenty of people be full-time champions, and some of them weren't even good. Just because you're a full-time champion doesn't mean you're going to be a good champion.
Jinder Mahal.
Just because you show up every week doesn't mean
See, I
that
didn't
you're going
wanna
to
say
be a
it.
good champion. But yeah, but there's different levels to it. Some people
Right.
show up and are defend their championships full time, and that's cool. But just because you show up and you're a full time champion doesn't mean you'll be a good champion. There's been plenty of people that we've had show up week after week and that were full time champions, and their championship reigns were asked. It didn't mean anything.
Dean Ambrose, U.S. champion.
Unfortunately.
Dean Ambrose is the longest reigning U.S. champion in history, and I guarantee you half the people in the WWE universe that are fans don't even remember that.
I
Because
can't
it's-
even tell you one title defense.
because it's very
I literally
forgettable.
can't even.
I
His championship reign was very forgettable. That's why it was very forgettable. But Dean Ambrose was on TV every single week. He had the U.S. title with him every single week. But just because you're there every single week with the championship doesn't mean you'll be a good, credible champion. Even when you're a part-time champion, if you're not there all the time, doesn't mean that you'll be a bad champion if you do it correctly. There's different levels to it, and there's different ways you can do it to make it work. They've shown that. They've had bad part-time champions. They've had good part-time champions. They've had great full-time champions. They've had bad full-time champions. It's all about presentation. It's all about what you do with the champions to make them mean something. Just because you defend a championship time and time again doesn't mean you're going to be a good champion. When you're a champion, can you make the championship mean something? What can you do to help elevate up that championship? Look at all the people that were Universal Champion before Roman Reigns, and how many of them championships were actually really good. One of them, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is it. That's literally
Everybody else was
The
you
Fiends
got
was
Finn
alright.
Balor. The Fiends was not good. Damian Priest, like right now, is doing good stuff with the World Heavyweight Championship. But everybody else you could look at that was Universal Champion before Roman Reigns grabbed onto that. How many of those title reigns were actually really good? There's maybe two people
KO.
you can name on one hand. You can't even count. You can't even count a full one hand of five of people that you can name that were five good Universal Champions before Roman Reigns took that championship. So there's
There's
different
two
levels
max.
to the part-time and full-time stuff. How do you guys feel about it?
I think part-time argument, like that argument is just, it feels just like a cop-out. Like you're nitpicking. It's like, if you were presented, like the way Roman Reigns was presented, like the cocky asshole, like I already beat everybody. Why the fuck I need to show up every week? That's the vibe I was getting from Roman. So it made sense. And he had the thing with Roman's title reign, which benefited it, was that he had a storyline that even if he's not there, it's still building without him. So when he comes back, he could just slide right back into it, and then him showing up made it mean more. Like when Brock was champ, it's like with the reasons you listed, as well as we knew it was ending one way with big dog Roman Reigns winning and nobody liked him. And the thing was, at the one point where they should have just gave him the title, they decided let's just extend it longer for no fucking reason. Let's just go to SummerSlam.
Gosh.
And just to give it to Roman finally. But I don't know. I feel like part-time is just such a cop-out argument.
Yeah, I think if Logan had a faction, I think his reign would be a lot better. Because Brock, he didn't have a faction. He was just Brock. And yeah, Heyman could carry a story if he wasn't there, but Heyman wasn't always there either. So
no.
Yeah, it's just how you're presented and how it feels like when you come back. And it's like when Brock came back, it was cool, but like you knew after he left, nothing was going to happen. Like he was just going to leave, and nothing would continue on. So I think if Logan had somebody, like if they would have made him, Theory, and Grayson Waller a faction, like a full-time faction, like an actual faction, not just like a partnership, and they could carry on whatever story Logan's doing, have them attack LA Knight every week, or whoever Logan Paul's, feuding with. I think that would be a lot better, and then when he comes back, it's like, oh shit, Logan's back. He's here to finish what they started, because maybe Theory and Waller couldn't get the job done, and then that could lead to Theory and Grayson Waller's breakup as well, and that can all be one story. But I at first I was giving Logan Paul a lot of grace with this U.S. title run, and I understand he's taking it around the world, and that's great. What's up, dog? That's great, but it's just after Mania, I thought he was going to step it up, but he just hasn't. And like literally, when he came out to face Cody, I was like, oh shit, he's the United States champion. Is this going? And I was like, oh shit. And then at the pay-per-view, he came out with the title. I was like, oh my god, he's the U.S. champion. I completely forgot about this. Like, and he is. Honestly, like when it's all said and done, he's top 5 worst U.S. champions of all time. I'm sorry, Logan, you're great, and you're bringing that title all around the world, but you're not doing shit with it. Yes, top 5 worst U.S. champions. He's not doing shit.
Worse, but...
He's not doing shit. He's not worse than Ambrose. Ambrose is all-time worst. Ambrose is.
I mean, if you really think about it, the U.S. title has more bad champions than good champions.
Exactly. So top 5 is crazy.
Like top 5.
I mean, it depends. It
depends. I mean, he ain't doing. The thing is, he ain't doing shit.
Well, I mean,
like,
you
he
have all
doesn't
the
do
facts
anything.
to back it up, so I'm not going to deny you.
He really doesn't do. Like, if he was actually like doing stuff and he was just part time, like he didn't even he hasn't even defended his title since WrestleMania. Like,
that's
like
he's only had. Since October, since November, he's only defended it 3 times. And that was the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania.
Hey, at least happy birthday.
No, twice. He's only defended it twice.
At least Orlando Jordan has a record with that title. So I mean,
what's his record?
Shortest match, right? Lost to Voldemort in like 8 seconds.
05, right?
Yeah.
That record don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It don't count.
Yeah, it don't count.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess like I said, it just.
What we talking about?
So to catch you up, so we were talking about part-time and full-time champions. Why some full-time champions can be good, bad, and why some part-time champions can be good and bad.
It's like this podcast can't get away from this question.
So I guess you can catch up with it if you want. Do you like part-time champions? If so, like what makes a good champion to you?
All right, so this is gonna sound bad because I dead ass dragged this motherfucker through the mud, but part-time, and people are gonna hate me. You can clip me too for the controversy. Part-time is okay to an extent if you do it right. Like there was times with Roman Reigns. This is the guy I'm referring to. There was times with Roman Reigns
I was
where
gonna say my view.
fuck that bitch ass nigga. Fuck that bald bitch, yo. Fuck out of here. He's just a buffer Ricochet. Anyways, so with Roman Reigns, he in the very beginning where he started going part-time and towards the middle, like he was doing it right. Then obviously when he ran out of challengers, it got really like bad. But you can do part-time if you do it right. You get what I mean? And with Roman, they extended his part-time as much as they could. But every time Roman was on TV, Roman got everything right. So part-times are not necessarily bad. And especially in that part-time frame with Roman Reigns where he was part-time, it gave the opportunity for Gunther to be the main event on SmackDown most of the time and to have that main event spot. And that elevated Gunther a lot. So there's positives and negatives with part-time Reigns. With Logan Paul, it's a huge negative because he's not doing anything. Like, that's the huge negative for Logan Paul. Now, when he is doing something like the build-up with Kevin Owens to the Rumble and the match itself, that's one of the best false finishes I've ever seen. And then the build-up with Randy and KO, that was good. So it's not like he's just this ass motherfucker holding a title. Like, when they actually booking him to do something, it's good. But the problem is you're not booking him to do anything at all, which is making the reign ass. But there's positives and negatives. Roman in the beginning, when he went part-time, he was cool. But
I feel like
Brock Lesnar was ass. But
I feel like
Whoa, hold on. Are we talking about his Universal title reign or the 2014 reign?
the Universal, man, the Universal.
Oh, okay. Because I like the part-time WWE title reign.
The 2014 reign was perfect. Like that's
That is one of the best reigns of all time. I don't care.
That's how a part-time champion should be presented. Like,
Yep.
that was great.
Because
Like,
he was
also wasn't
legit
that long.
the final boss at that time.
yeah,
He was.
Yeah, in
but he also
2014
didn't have it long either. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
In
They didn't drag it.
2014, you had to go through a hyperbolic time chamber to face Brock. Like, that's how they made you prepare for him every time you got a match. Roman
I
was the
love that
same
reign.
thing with Logan. It's like LA Knight's like, all right, motherfucker, I'm gonna just have to pull up to your crib right now. 'Cause this
Right,
shit-
and it's like, okay, like
You know what I'm saying?
Logan's great, but he doesn't have the mystique to be a part-timer yet. Like,
Nah.
if he had it, if he was like this, like badass, like part-timer, like he's like or if he had like a bunch of people doing his dirty work, because he's got the money, so you can make it be like, oh, he's just got a lot of protection. I got to go through like all these different steps to get to him, but he's not average, but it's just kind of like he's an upper mid carder who's part-time, and that's about it.
It's pretty.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like the mid card title reign, I don't think a mid card title should be a part time.
That's exactly my point, because that's your workhorse division. Like, that's
Yeah.
supposed to be the title when your world champion's not there. And I remember I made a video saying you can't have two part-time champions, and people were dragging me, saying, "Oh, Logan's not part-time. He's not part-time. He's full-time now." Motherfucker,
I made that mistake believing that too. Yeah,
come on, man.
nah,
I thought that had me thinking I was wrong. I was like, nah, this motherfucker part-time.
Had me in the first half. Not gonna lie.
He said, "Have me thinking I was wrong."
he showed up full time for, I think, leading up to WrestleMania. And then
For
after,
WrestleMania, that was literally it. That was
Yeah,
it's
literally
like,
it.
all right,
Performed on
enough of
one
that.
SmackDown in a show at Utah, and that was it, bro.
Fucking Utah.
Like,
Fucking
I don't
Utah.
know what the whole contract, because he said on his podcast that he signed a full-time deal. So like, okay, he's full-time. The WWE said he was full-time, and they presented him as full-time from like the chamber all the way to WrestleMania, but then he stopped showing up. So then there were people saying that, well, Logan's still a full-time guy. He's not there all the time though. He can't be full-time. He's not there.
full-time, bro. He's not full-time, bro. He
Absolutely
ain't working 40 hours, bro.
I don't have, like I said, I don't have the issue with him being part-time as long as every single time you come back, you are guaranteed to have something. Like when Roman came back every single time, there was somebody in front of him for him to do his work, and after he was done with his work, he went off a little bit until somebody else arose. That's how they should deal with Logan Paul. Like, have somebody there for him, let him work that build, and then when you have nothing for him, then he can go back to being part-time for 3-4 weeks, and then he can come back again and do his thing. But
I think, but like
I
I said,
honestly would have ended that reign at WrestleMania. That's just me.
you gonna
I
give
think-
it to Randy?
KO.
I think some people just
Drop
look
it
at.
to Tongaloa.
I think some people just look at part-time champions, and just because they're part-time and they don't show up all the time means you're a bad champion. But like I said before, there have been plenty of people who were full-time champions and weren't good either. So it doesn't matter if you're a part-time or a full-time champion. It just matters your presentation and what you do with them as a champion. Like people,
Dean Ambrose.
go back to the Cody situation. One of the main reasons people didn't think Cody should have won because they were saying, well, when Cody wins, then what? What do you mean? Then what? You make him a
hate
credible
that
champion.
argument so
You push him
much.
as a credible champion
d-
afterwards. Like
Defend against
Defends the
roster
belt
he's
like
on.
every other champion
That's what I'm
ever to
saying.
ever
Like,
exist.
that was the thing about Cody's reign. It was like, who does he face? Roman beat everybody. Face the roster because it's a
Face the
reset
same
when there's a
people.
new world champion.
Like you get different matchups now.
It's like
It doesn't even- it doesn't
it's
even
like
make sense.
UFC. It's like UFC. It's like the field opens up more because there's a new champion.
So dumb. Like there were some valid arguments against Cody winning it, but that was the most
That was
invalid
the
one to
worst.
me.
That was
I'm like,
definitely the
y'all got to stop this.
Yeah, they were saying then what? What do you mean then what?
Like,
You
what
push
do
him
you
as a
mean?
credible champion. That's what you do. Like
You haven't buried an entire faction. You haven't
Yeah,
buried.
that's
the
exactly
OC.
what they're doing. Like
you have him
like,
face people and defend the championship, which he's gonna do weekly, which he's been doing at every
Yeah.
PLE. So like
It's funny.
I don't know about y'all. I'm enjoying this reign. Like it's not
It's good.
Roman level, but
It's
it's,
been
not
good.
bad
It's
at
good.
all.
It's good.
It's-
It's solid.
It's funny
It-
they said that because I saw this post on Twitter, and it was John Cena after the I Quit match bloodied up with 2 belts, and they said this how Cody gonna be after.
Oh, I've seen that so
Yep,
many
yep,
times, bro.
yep,
Oh my god.
yep.
I said,
Hey! What Malik posted? What Malik posted with Alex Riley and The Miz when they beat John Cena at the overlay when they was beating the hell out of him, bro. That's about to be the OC. I told y'all what I tell you. I said I told y'all Cody's going to bury an entire faction. That he's about to bury the OC. The OC's done after Clash of the Castle. OC's done. Just ship him to TNA. It's over. Just
I bet you
GG.
Put him
wish
in the
this
box
was
like Shawn
Final
Michaels and
Testament,
Triple H.
Exactly. It's
Wish
over,
this
bro.
was Final Testament,
I don't think too many people would be upset about that if I'm being honest though.
No, I'm not. I mean,
No,
I don't
I'm not
care.
worried about
I
no
don't
damn
care.
I bet you
OC.
wish this was Final Testament, huh? Getting buried.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I
not
was
gonna
hoping
lie.
it was Final Testament. I was like, Final Testament. I told you, I was like, Final Testament is built up for Cody. It's not.
Bro, Final Testament
should
for me
be.
is Karrion Kross's last chance for me to care. I don't
It
care.
is.
I
It is.
don't care. Bro.
Feed that.
To be-
Feed
To
him
be
to
fair,
Cody, bro.
to be fair, we can say he taking his shit. Like this Wood story got me intrigued, so I'm rocking
Yeah,
it
yeah.
so far. I'm rocking
It's
it.
Yeah.
alright, bro. It's cool.
It's not
Don't,
bad.
don't touch my
That
precious
Pedro-
New Day, man.
That Pedro mustache, bro.
That's
Yeah,
one
bro, you
team
gotta
that
let that
never
go.
needs to split up. That's one team that
You
never
gotta,
needs
you
to
gotta
split
let
up.
that go, bro.
No.
Hey, Hugh Woods goofy. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Nah. We don't need
New
that.
Day can turn heel though. They can turn heel. They wanted to.
Nah.
Yeah,
They,
New
they
Day
can
can
turn
turn
heel. They can turn heel. They can turn heel.
They were
Together.
great heels. They were great.
Together, they can be heel. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Xavier
We haven't had a
Woods.
heel
It'll be
run
it'll
since
be it'll be
2016.
it'll be a little interesting, I guess, what they do with that. Overall, though, I mean, like I said, when it comes to we got to the championships debate because we were talking about the TNA WWE collaboration a little bit, like what that could mean and the possibilities of that. So I guess we'll let you dive into that. First of all, well, guess who do you think's winning tonight between Roxanne and Jordan Grace? I said Jordan Grace is winning.
You have some serious cojones.
I think she's winning, and then I think she's losing the Open Challenge next week.
You have some serious cojones. I'm gonna stick with Roxanne only because NXT has openly said that they're having her work stiffer in preparation of Julia. So, I'm sticking with Roxanne.
Roxanne, I think we're gonna get the title swap. I think we're gonna see NXT Championship on TNA for the first time in a long time, ever actually. WWE Championship in another promotion. So
You got some balls, man.
I think that shows we're in the new era that we're leading to, especially if they're going to have a collaboration. You know, the title swap would be cool. I don't know who they would have show up for the Open Challenge. I guess we'll see.
I have an idea for the Open Challenge.
Wow.
I know a lot of people not gonna like it, but I think the Open Challenge is probably gonna be Natalia.
Gosh, why did everybody keep
That's
saying
what
that?
I
You too.
told, bro.
You too.
Who do I want it to be? Tatum Paxley. That's who I want.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Me and
Natalia.
you on the same wavelength, Lewis. Me
But
and you
y'all
just
really
did
think
it.
it's
I
gonna
said
be
the exact
Natalia,
same
bro?
thing.
That'd be so
And I
disgusting.
feel,
Let him
listen,
explain.
I feel so bad that I'm caping for this. Not caping, but I'm low key defending it. So nobody wants Natalia. We want Tatum Paxley. Just so America, Europe, whoever the fuck watch it. We want Tatum Paxley. But if you really think about it from a business point of view, Natalia, in terms of as a WWE ambassador, is one of the most recognizable figures. And you put Natalia on a TNA, it's gonna get eyes on there because she's one of the most recognizable names. So it makes sense from a business perspective. But what you showed me on NXT, Shawn Michaels, I like you, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But Tatum Paxley better be that fucking Open Challenge. I swear to God.
Should be.
I
She should
swear
be.
to God.
She should
She
be.
should be. She
Swear
should
to
be.
God.
Anyone else should be.
I
God damn it.
don't know. I feel
Also,
like
Jordan Grace and Natalia, they both said they want that match. So
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I said too. They really want that match.
Jordan, you're
Tatum.
better than this.
I mean, it could be Natalia. I still feel like it needs to be somebody that
Tatum.
has a really big name that you wouldn't expect show up to TNA. Like I feel like it needs to be somebody that would shock everybody. Like, oh my God, this person is
Who are
in
you
TNA.
willing to let lose though? because anybody
Well, I said Charlotte. That's what I said.
to lose to Jordan.
No, I think she wins.
You want her to win?
She wins the title. That brings more eyes to
Don't put
TNA.
that
Because
in
then if you had even people who don't watch TNA, say WWE posted a picture with not Charlotte with that championship, people are gonna be like, what is it?
TNA.
I will say.
That's if she's healthy. I don't know if she's 100% clear.
Who beats Charlotte in TNA? Like, they're not gonna have anyone TNA beat Charlotte.
There's people they could have her beat. I mean,
No,
She loses day one.
Charlotte.
it depends on
Your
on who
top
they want.
woman in WWE in TNA.
It depends.
Losing?
It depends who they want to have. Because whoever wins the championship is gonna have to lose. They can't hold it forever.
Yeah, but that's the problem with her winning. Like, she has to lose someone. I don't see that.
Hey, I mean, Charlotte lost to Carmella, bro. She can lose to anybody.
Yeah, but she's a signed WWE superstar. Her
person
losing
with
to
the
someone
highest
from a
chance
smaller company, I don't see that happening.
The person with the highest chance is probably Master Slamovich. It's probably the person with the highest chance.
Beating Charlotte?
It would have to be somebody that you would have to.
To be fair, she's a former GCW champion, so
It would have to be somebody that
credible.
TNA looks at that they want to make a solidified star. And
But it's also a WWE thing too. This is your top woman losing to somebody from a much smaller company. It's kind of like a Cody thing. Like, Cody can't go to TNA and lose.
But you could say the
you
same
can't do that.
thing for. I mean, when Becky was NXT champ, she lost to Lyra Valkyria in NXT.
Yeah, but that's your
I
own
mean,
brand. That's your own brand. You're talking about
But
another.
that's the smaller brand of
company.
WWE, though. Like that's
Yeah,
NXT.
But it's
everyone knows it's a smaller
WWE.
brand.
But it's WWE. TNA is not WWE,
Well,
and this is where the
Well, if
politics
you're trying
come
to
into
put-
play.
Well, if you're trying to put NXT, if they're gonna do this collab, you
Yeah.
gotta kind of present NXT on the same level as
Yeah,
TNA. Like you gotta you can have her. I mean, I don't
So
know.
the difference between Becky putting over Lyra is at the end of the day, WWE benefited from it because you have
Exactly.
another star under your umbrella. TNA is
Exactly.
not under their umbrella. Do you know what I think this partnership is? This partnership to me screams, we'll partner with TNA, but I want the people to cross over that I potentially want in the future that are free agents. Because I already read two fucking names. And out of respect for y'all, I'm not gonna say the names. But the two names, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Because
Yeah, they bringing Dana Brooke back. That's crazy.
Everybody wants those names.
Ash by
But
Why?
Jordan Grace, the fact that they paid her 6 figures for 3 appearances, it shows that when she's a free agent, she's going to get that back from WWE. This is just them scouting on how she performs under the NXT umbrella. She's gonna get the bag. Now, the other two names I read today from Fightful on accident.
Thanks a lot to my Discord apparently.
They got some steep competition. Because I think this is just WWE scouting. This ain't a friendly partnership. This is, I'm looking at the superstars that I like and I'm going to take them from you. Because I
Yo,
can.
why is chat talking about Temu Tony Storm, bro? Nobody. What?
I feel like
Ash by Elegance beating fucking shit.
Oh.
No,
I
bro.
I
was
feel
like,
like if they're gonna do a legit partnership where you have cross brand promotions where you can do big PLEs like TNA versus WWE and whatever they want to do for the future, you have to have these big names take some of these L's. You can't just have WWE superstars beating these TNA superstars because then that goes back to Nate's point. They're treating TNA like WCW. You're devaluing the company, even though we all know TNA as a company isn't on the WWE level. From a storyline perspective, if you want to build up some of these stars that are in TNA, you have to have them beat some people in WWE. The ones that can afford and take the loss, not some people like a Cody Rhodes stuff. Like Charlotte can take the loss; it's not going to affect her. At this stage, she's done everything to really solidify herself in the top spot. Many other people could take the loss, like a Randy Orton could take a loss somebody. He's a solidified legend. Like he's done everything there is to do. There's nothing that
not TNA.
They gotta
But this
be
is
like
where
somebody like a top guy.
This is where politics come into play, bro. Because I saw someone on Twitter is like they're talking about AEW and WWE, but I think to a lesser extent this plays into TNA. Collaborations are fun till it's time to decide who goes over. Because at that point, it's like we got a brand to represent. Like
But
WWE.
I feel like Randy
Randy's
can
already-
lose
he's
to like a
already
Josh
so
I don't see
Alexander.
him losing
He
anybody.
can lose to like a Josh
That's what I
Alexander,
was
bro.
thinking. But the
Like-
thing is, though, it can't be with a guy like Josh, and we all know how great Josh is. With a guy like Josh, that's somebody that needs to be consistently on WWE television for at least 2 months before you consider.
I mean
guy
that's
like
cool.
Randy losing.
Like
Fair
if you
enough.
do,
But
if
we
you do
don't
a
know if that could happen. Jordan Grace is only here for 3 shows. Today's her last show, for all we know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if she wins tonight, that opens up a lot of gates. You know
It
what I'm saying?
does.
Like that opens up a lot of
Yeah.
gates. And obviously, if somebody's gonna beat Randy, it has to be somebody that needs to be presentable on both brands, but like somebody like him losing to somebody in a feud that's been built up in TNA won't affect him because he's Randy Orton. He can lose to somebody and go back to still being Randy Orton the next day.
I want the partnership to just stick with NXT because when you get to the main roster guys, that's
exactly
It gets shaky.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't.
It gets shaky.
Like once you start talking about Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Gunther, KO, like that's where it's like, all right.
Or maybe even not even somebody who's been like an AJ Styles, somebody who's been there before.
That's fine.
The only person that should beat AJ Styles is Josh Alexander. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people because I know 99% of fans want AJ to go and finish his career in TNA. I'm in the 1% where I don't want him to. The reason why is because WWE has treated AJ Styles way better than TNA ever did. Because if you remember how AJ left TNA or Impact Wrestling at the time, all he wanted, because they kept selling him a dream. Oh, like you're the face of the company, you're the guy. All he asked was, if you're telling me I'm this, if you're telling me I'm that, pay me more. I've been busting my ass for you guys. I deserve the money. And we all know how great WWE is. Cena asked for more money, he got more money. Fucking Randy asked for more money, he got more money. So we all know WWE, once you get to that highest stage with them, they're going to take care of you once they value on that level. TNA, they practically, without giving him the money he asked for, didn't value him. So WWE has valued AJ, pushed him way better as a world champion, and obviously matches TNA AJ clears, but on a business perspective, they have taken care of AJ better than TNA ever did. TNA might have given AJ the name, and obviously he's arguably the GOAT over there, but instead of giving him the money he asked for, they told him to take a pay cut. That's something you don't do to a guy that you're consistently telling to be the face of the company. So to me, for AJ Styles, I'm not going back to the company that wasn't going to pay me after I busted my ass and made them relevant for as long as I was there. The only person that should beat him is Josh Alexander. I'm not putting over nobody. That's the only name I'm putting over.
Wait, hold on. Chat. Someone in the chat just said Dixie offered AJ a 60% pay cut.
And mind you, AJ was in TNA under the TNA
Since
Impact brand.
One.
He was there for over 13 years. He won the NWA titles, cool, but the TNA World Championship he only held it twice. One of them was a really good. It was a solid reign. The other one he held for like 2 weeks. Why did he hold it for 2 weeks? Because they finally pushed him to his full potential, like face of the company. I'm the best wrestler in the world, and that's when they threw the title on him at Bound for Glory, and the time was for him to do the contract negotiations. He said, "I'm the champ. You guys are pushing me like this. I've done enough. I want to be paid more." He didn't get paid. They told him no, and that's why he had to drop the belt to Magnus.
And then
wow.
They try to sell him like. It try to sell him kind of like what Tom Brady was for the Patriots. Like, Tom Brady taking pay cuts all those years, but they end up getting to the promised land so many times that it was worth it for Tom Brady to take the pay cut. They were promising AJ Styles all these years, we'll get you to the promised land and we'll get here, but they never fully got him there though. So they keep telling him this stuff, but nothing is coming true, and then they want him to take a pay cut in the end, which is like, at this stage, AJ Styles is looking like, bro, look, I'm in my late 30s right now.
60% is wild.
I maybe got another 10 years,
insane,
maybe
bro.
so left in me, but I'm in my late 30s. I've been with this company through my entire 20s, through my entire 30s, damn near too. I've been one of the guys vocal for this company, believing in this company, but I'm not getting treated with the respect that I deserve. So he left.
That's what like makes me mad, because the fandom in me, I would love for AJ to go back to TNA and get the respect that he deserves. But if you really look at it logically, as a human being, WWE has and AJ has said numerous interviews or whatever, WWE has paid me well. They've been great to me. Like, and everything I hear about him in TNA, it was nothing but drama, taking pay cuts, busting his ass for the company. And the one time where I asked for a raise because I've been the man, I've been busting my ass, and you didn't want to give me the raise, but you're paying Hulk Hogan $3 million a fucking year, but I'm supposed to be the face of your company? That's disrespectful. So as the fan in me and as a true fan of AJ Styles, I want him to retire with the company that has taken care of him and given him everything and more, which is WWE. Hate to say it. He's a TNA legend and probably the TNA GOAT, but WWE has done way more for him than TNA ever did.
I feel like, I mean, it doesn't mean AJ can't go back to TNA and do something. If this
Yeah.
collaboration happens, I feel like he's the one guy that has to go back. Like, he's the guy that has to show up and make an appearance and do a little run there. I mean, I feel like I feel like AJ Styles was in TNA, but at the wrong time under the different management. I feel like if Scott D'Amore was in charge, things would have been a lot different for AJ Styles when it comes to, because you see a lot of people who have been offered WWE stuff like a Moose many times, and he stayed with TNA because the
Well,
way
Scott
that Scott
D'Amore.
D'Amore and everybody has treated them. They treated them right. They pay them what
I
they
agree
feel like
with
they're valued. If they had different management there at that time frame, AJ Styles may never left. He may still have been in TNA for a lifer for all we know. So I feel like he was at TNA during the peak when they had a lot of great superstars there, but at the wrong time during the management aspect. If you swap old TNA with the management they have nowadays and you put that back then with that roster they had then, things honestly could have turned out a lot better because this is the same company that also told Kurt Angle that they wouldn't sign Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar said that he would show up full time as long as they paid him whatever Kurt Angle was paying, and they said no.
They're
What?
cheap.
What?
And it shows in the wrestling world loyalty like goes a long way. Like look at John Moxley for example. To John Moxley's standards, like why he hasn't left to go back to WWE is because AEW has given him everything he's asked for and more to his standards on what he wanted. And they valued him on that level, which is why he stayed loyal. They gave him that, and he signed that extension for 5 years. All
He's not
AJ
going nowhere.
wanted was just to get paid more. Because he literally made y'all. Like he was the face of the X Division. The X Division made y'all, and he was the face of that. And then he grew to be arguably your top 3 superstar. So me personally, as a fan of AJ, I wouldn't want that motherfucker to go back because WWE did way more than TNA ever did for you. Way more in a less
That's
time
fair.
frame.
Yeah, he ain't even been there 10 years, and he's already done so much there.
Holy
So
shit! It's
Yeah,
like
he's
almost
been here
10
8
years.
years.
Oh my
yeah.
god!
8
he's been there
years,
8 years, but
Holy
he's
Ridiculous.
Time
he's done
flies.
he's done everything there is to do, even in WWE aspect. So I mean, he's already solidified. He's a solidified legend. You know what I'm saying,
He's
from
the
all
fastest
aspects.
Grand Slam winner ever. Like
I feel like he was a Hall of Famer in like a year. To be
Yeah.
honest.
he was a Hall of Famer after he won that second WWE title. As soon as he was the longest reigning SmackDown World Champion,
Mhm.
give him the ring.
I would have said after that first reign.
Great, one top 3 rookie year ever. Top 3.
Yeah.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean his rookie
top
year was
three
pretty
rookie.
crazy. So I mean his rookie year all around, and now AJ's at the stage right now where his job is just to help others and make them look good, which is what he's doing with Cody. You know what I mean? Like his job is he's in his late 40s now, so we don't know how many years he's got left or he wants to wrestle, but
He's
he
like
can still
47 now, right? Like
yeah he's
Same age
47.
as Cena. Yeah.
He could still perform at a high level. He could still do things in the ring that he was able to do 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Besides like a couple of things, but his job now is just to give back, which everybody does. And there's always that argument that people never want certain people to get pushed nowadays, but they have no problem with the older guys, winning multiple world championships or more championships, even more that they really don't need. There's still people that begging for Randy Orton to win a 15 championship, but it's like, does he really need to win another championship? Like he's done
Why you
everything.
raising hand, Moses?
But y'all the same people that y'all the same people complain about this person not getting pushed, or when this person finally gets pushed, then it becomes an issue. But y'all still
hate
want
that,
Randy
yeah.
Orton to become 15-time world champion though. Like he needs to hold a 15 championship. It's the same with AJ. Like AJ Styles right now, he's giving back to the WWE and to help make other stars. Like Cody Rhodes is the top babyface in WWE, right? The face of the company. So this is a good feud for Cody Rhodes right now in the beginning of his run because AJ Styles can bring out the best in Cody, well, as far as having good matches. We've seen that at Backlash, and we're going to see that again at Clash of the Castle. He can cut good promos, and he's somebody who's a credible superstar on the roster that you can match up with Cody. That would make sense. That doesn't feel like if Cody was facing, if you had Cody Rhodes facing Apollo Crews for the championship, you're going to be like, why is Cody facing Apollo Crews? Like, why is that a champ? Why is that a championship match? But Cody Rhodes facing AJ Styles, it's a match you can believe in. That's AJ Styles. Like, okay, even though he may not win, AJ Styles still has a high name value. So
Yeah.
I feel like we'll see more with the collaboration after what happens tonight. I really feel like tonight is going to, I guess, maybe set the bar a little bit. I mean, you still got next week at Against All Odds with the Open Challenge, so maybe that could also set the bar too. Personally think they're going to do the title swap. That's what I see happening. Maybe they're doing something different. Maybe this is only between NXT and TNA because we don't even know. They never even
I
confirmed if it
prefer
was
to
main
be that
roster.
way.
It's probably safer.
It might be. They might start off doing stuff like that in the beginning. I feel like I said, if there's anybody that's going to go to the main roster to TNA, though, I think AJ Styles would be the one. I mean, I think that makes the most sense. You could maybe dabble some other people in there who had appeared to like a LA Knight or something too. People who were familiar with there.
I mean, he was world champion, so I mean, it makes sense for him.
Yeah, I mean, he was there during the worst times. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, for him to go back there, that could be good for him. Maybe Chelsea Green, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, people like that. But I guess we'll have to see what the collaboration means. I guess maybe we're so used to WWE protecting their brand for so long because they never would do anything with any other company, and it was all strictly just WWE and nobody else. You know, they wouldn't even acknowledge any other companies. So maybe we're still used to that mindset, but maybe Triple H has got a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his mindset is a little bit different than Vince's. Maybe he wants to expand. Because I think there's one thing Triple H understands is business. You know what I'm saying? When he had that NXT brand, he obviously pays attention to the indies because he bringing people in that people are familiar with to know, like, oh, I bring that guy in. Oh, I know that people going to like that. Oh, I bring that person in. People going to like that. And I can do something with that
I
person.
mean, they brought in Ethan Page. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a
and I wouldn't be shocked if he
name.
wins tonight either. If he wins the championship tonight,
I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd feel bad for Trick, but
I see Trick winning it back immediately because
okay.
I see Trick. They're going to a new network and they want Trick to be the face of CW. So, I mean,
Trick gonna be there for another year at least. So I'm saying he gonna be there the rest of the year for sure. So I mean, there's still plenty of time they could do some other stuff, but they pay attention to other promotions. NXT did, you know, when Triple H and Shawn Michaels were in charge, because they bring in these people. Most of them keep the same name. They keep the same presentation. They don't change anything about these people until they come to the main roster. So when they brought in like a Samoa Joe, when they brought in a Shinsuke Nakamura, when they brought in all these people that we knew as hardcore fans, their presentations weren't any different until they came up to the main roster, and that's when they got changed, and that's when you knew that things were going to go great for them. So maybe, like I said, maybe we're all used to this how WWE has been for so many years. We've been watching it for so long, and then we just like, you know, it's going to be one of these things where we think it's going to be something hype, but it's really not going to be that. But I don't know, maybe it could oversee our expectations. At least that's what I hope. I'm hoping this will be something really good, because I always felt if they did a cross brand with other promotions, the money they could make would be crazy. Like, imagine if WWE and WCW in their peak were able to not have beef and they were able to do cross brands, like at the height of the Attitude Era. You know how much pay-per-view buys I would have done back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, if they did something like that?
God.
If they actually could have had Undertaker and Sting in their primes with the characters they had at those time frames, Goldberg coming in to face Steve Austin, like the pay-per-view buys would have been crazy.
That's
like,
one match I'm so sad we'll never
again,
Taker and
that
Sting.
sounds great on paper, but then it goes to what Nate said. When you go into the booking room, who's going over?
Right,
the thing
right.
is, it's a clash of egos.
Because WWF has a valid reason on why Stone Cold shouldn't lose. He's the biggest star in the fucking planet. He shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
But then WCW has that argument where it's like, Goldberg is literally our most dominant force that we got. There's no way Stone Cold is beating fucking Goldberg. So I get what you're saying, but with collaborations like this, on paper, the matchups have to look cool, but there also has to be a clear winner. Like when we start booking like Josh Alexander and Randy Orton, even though I think Josh Alexander should win that match, it gets to the you know, the politics. Like, well, Randy's a fucking legend, and Josh Alexander compared to Randy's a nobody. You get what I mean? Like, that's how.
Yeah.
Go. But TNA would be like, well, Josh Alexander is literally our fucking guy, and he's the face of the company. So I don't know what to tell you there. So like that'd be cool, but you need to have like matchups that there's a clear winner, but it's still fun. Like you can run fucking like Josh Alexander and Bronson Reed. Like they had a match at Hard to Kill, but that match banged. Like you can have that match on a bigger platform. Josh Alexander would be a clear winner, but nobody's gonna nobody's gonna crash out over Bronson Reed losing because he's gonna look good. So you need to have matches like that. When we get into like you can run a match like Frankie Kazarian versus Sami Zayn. Like Sami Zayn's gonna win that match, but that's a match that's good. Like that's a banger on paper. You get what I mean? But when you get to guys like Mike Bailey versus Gunther, it's like that's tough to book.
Yeah, sometimes it comes down to like a clash of egos. Like there's a reason why we never got Austin and Hogan. Like egos clash when it comes to who's going over.
My Via Michaels.
Yeah,
that's another one.
Well, The Rock didn't like Shawn Michaels back then either. So
still doesn't. He still doesn't.
Yeah.
He still doesn't. Chad Frost, anybody? He still doesn't like that.
Yeah,
He
that
still
was-
doesn't like him.
No.
No.
Clear,
They
well,
tried-
I don't know about
I don't-
now.
I don't know,
know.
but I don't know.
Oh,
If, I don't know
okay.
if you know the story, but like
Watch
when
my via the TV series.
the Rock first came in, I guess like they
were
tried
bullying
to
him.
they tried to bury him. Like they
Yeah.
tried to.
And I
they
think
tried to-
and I think Sean was disrespectful to his mom too. So
To his grandma.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I mean it's ups from there.
Yeah, back in
I
I think back in those territorial days, yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. So,
yeah.
I
So
think
it's kinda like-
Brett was defending.
Yeah, you disrespected Grams,
Right.
bro. We can't.
Yeah,
we can't
but
catch
I don't know about now because his daughter's working with Shawn Michaels, so they might be.
Yeah, now
cool.
it's probably like water under the bridge, but it's like I ain't gonna lie. If somebody disrespected my grandma, that's something I can't.
Yeah, nah, bro.
Yeah,
you
you
not
know,
get-
you're not getting
it's
past
like
that. You're not getting
yeah,
past
yeah.
I may not. If I see you, I may not have to put hands on you, but I could really like if you,
You
come up
gotta,
to
like,
me.
go
If you come up to
disrespect
me,
someone.
I probably ain't gonna say nothing to you. I'm
You
like,
might have to go apologize to my grandma, then we can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If now,
yeah.
if my grandma told me that it was cool, then it's cool.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we running them ones first.
yeah.
Well,
Then
yeah.
we talk after.
Well, it depends
But
on what
nah,
you did.
realistically though, if
It really
Graham said,
does.
if Graham said it's cool though, she's like it's under the bridge. then
Drop
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Because I
Drop
don't know if
it,
you guys,
okay.
I don't know if y'all watched the Rock show, but his grandma was a gangster, bro. Like
Yeah, nah, his
I
grandma
heard.
was yeah.
Like-
My
yeah.
grandma got
I-
the
yeah.
blicky out, so
yeah, his grandma was a G,
Yeah,
bro. So
yeah,
like,
so
but my grandma ain't like that though. She ain't no G. So like,
no,
you know, what I'm
yeah,
saying?
my grandma ain't do that.
My grandma is that like that old lady church grandma you see on TV, bro. Like that's like that nice lady in
Oh,
the
so
neighborhood.
she
that
Yep,
way,
nice
yep,
loving
yep, yep,
grandma.
yep.
Everybody-
like she
Yep, that's
she
my
don't
grandma.
like she not a church lady, but like she's that neighborhood grandma that comes outside.
My
and
grandma
tells
is.
everybody, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, like
My grandma is a church lady.
I got
Yeah,
the African
yeah, so,
grandma,
like-
bro. They don't play.
She
they don't
gonna
play
tell
no
me
games.
forgive him, baby, forgive him.
Grandma, man.
Okay,
She
grandma.
sit down with her cane like this, bro. You fuck with her, that shit going right there.
Bro, my grandma would throw anything that's in her hand. She gonna throw it at you.
That's wild.
catching the fade. So I mean, I guess it kind of the politics got to do play in it though. It goes both hands. I mean, that's one of the main things we've always seen about booking and egos about people not wanting to put
just
certain
create
people
fun
over.
matchups that
That's
doesn't
it.
hurt anybody.
I think at the end of the day, though, I mean, it looks at like I look at it. I'm just looking at, I guess, from a business perspective. Like, business is wrestling is about making money. You know what I'm saying? So like, everybody gonna get paid a lot of money at the end of the day. I feel like if you're in a secured spot, it shouldn't affect you to lose certain people that could help other people when it comes to certain things. Now I get if you're still trying to get up to that ladder, and then you got to look at like you want me to lose to.
That's where TNA
don't
is.
really, you know
TNA
what I'm
wants
saying,
to
like-
get back to where they were.
Yeah, like I can understand from that aspect. Like if you're trying to get up that ladder and we still trying to get built up, and we're like, hey man, we need you to lose to that person. It's like it's kind of like Strowman when he had to face Lesnar. Like that was a match that he needed, but then like they're telling him like, oh, you're not ready, you need to lose. But it's like, bam, bro, like
There has
What
to
up?
be untouchable names. Like to me, for TNA, the main untouchable names like Moose, Josh, like Jordan Grace, like those are three names. Like tread fucking lightly, and when I mean tread light, I mean tread lightly when we talk about booking them in matches. But guys like Kazarian or even Mike Bailey, that's another one. Tread fucking lightly because I ain't having him look like no bum. So tread lightly. But like the other guys though, like Joe Hendry, like fucking Kazarian, like you can book them in fun matches and it ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I mean,
Like,
I guess
I love a Kazarian and Sami Zayn match. Shit, give him 20 minutes.
yeah.
That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
cool.
20 minutes.
That'd be cool.
no, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be great.
Put Joe
That'd be
Hendry
great.
against fucking Chad Gable or some shit, man.
Joe Hendry and LA Knight is like peak aura. Bro,
Oh yeah.
I want to see Joe Hendry versus Kevin Owens. I want to
bro
see Kevin Owens.
bring
lose.
Joe Hendry
I
out at Clash the Castle. Let's do it.
I wanna see-
KO
I wanna
beat him
see-
for that feud though, because
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see KO lose his shit every time, like, cause he's just pissed off. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this guy. I don't like Joe Hendry.
Bro,
I don't
every
like-
time he plays that music, bro,
Yeah.
It's just like
He's like him again.
he gonna hit that elimination chamber. He gonna hit his head on the pod.
I mean,
That-
Joe Hendry
bro,
is
KO
from
was a
Scotland, bro.
fucking
So
treasure.
maybe he pop up, bro. I don't know. He's Scottish, so maybe he
over
pops
under
up.
Joe
Hey.
Hendry show up at Clash, bro. If that music hits, bro,
Bro, crowd's going
Honestly, if he
ape
does
shit.
show up, I think he would get a massive pop, bro.
He gets
Massive
such a
pop.
huge
he's
problem.
going.
I think he'll get
They
a
going ape
Cost,
shit.
cost Drew the title.
Oh
that'd be
my
wild.
god!
That'd be wild. I
Who
don't
would
know how
they
to
cheer
feel.
at that point?
Yeah, at that point, I don't know how they feel. They had to pick. They got to pick a side.
They probably gonna be
Cost
silent.
Hendry.
also when I also say book fun matches, like also like don't book like young guys against each other. Like on paper, Javon Evans and Leon Slater sounds nice. But I'm saying no
they're
to
too-
that match.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody
they're way
losing.
too young. They're too young.
Nobody losing that match.
Yeah, they're way too young.
Fuck outta here.
Yeah,
Now you can put both of them in a ladder match. That'd be
Ultimate X. I want to see Ultimate X. I want to see some WWE guys in Ultimate X. That's what I want to see. That's
And
nothing.
That'd be
Ricochet,
lit.
if you ain't go to AEW, that could have been you.
Hey, Ivar. I want to see Ivar in that X division. I think Ivar would fucking kill it. Put Apollo Crews in there, bro.
X Division would be there are a lot of people they could put there. Logan Paul in the X Division, ooh, that'd be crazy. He likes to jump off stuff too,
Fucking
man.
KO
So
in
Montez
the
Ford,
X,
ooh,
bro.
that'd be good. Montez Ford,
Let's do it. Let's do
That'd be
it.
lit. A lot of people they could.
Montez Ford might hit the rope. He might hit the
Shoot,
cage.
Dawkins too. Shoot.
Dawkins, yeah. There's a lot of people they could throw in there too, man. They
Fuck
could
it.
a lot
Throw
of-
Jay Uso in fucking X Division, bro. Fuck it. Might as well, bro.
Have him
Yeah,
do
he's a
the
big
splash
card.
off. Put the all right, relax. Put
Hold on,
the-
I gotta ask. Hold on, because you kind of predicted it. Yeah, you still really think he wanted that Money in the Bank?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I
He,
hope
I
so.
mean, he already announced it.
People talking about Finn
He-
Balor. Stop that, bro. His once Seth kicked out of the coup de grace, his chances
Look,
GG's. He's done. He's
Look,
done.
look in the camera and say Finn is cooked. Look in the camera.
Finn
and
is
say-
cooked. He's cooked. The moment Seth Rollins kicked out of the coup de grace, that was it. I was there. That was the moment. It left my soul. I said, this man's never being a world champion again unless he goes down to NXT again. That's the only chance. Maybe go to TNA. He's done. Finn's cooked. He's done.
It
It's
pisses
over,
me
bro.
off how
He's
his
done.
one and
He's
only
washed.
title
He's
reign
over.
is not even a full day. It's 22
It's
hours.
22 hours, boy.
22 hours, bro.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like Jay
Longer
and
than
Finn, they
Rey
kind of in the
Mysterio.
same aura to me, bro. I think it might be done, bro. I think it might be done. Like,
Said
Nah,
Finn
Finn's
is
more
cooked.
cooked.
well,
Finn's more cooked.
Finn's more cooked, but first off, I gotta see who else they put in this ladder match first. That's the first
I
thing.
think
gotta-
Solo is the favorite, man.
This is what I've been
If they put-
saying, bro. I
I
said,
almost
I
I said this for months.
threw up.
Bro,
I almost threw up.
all because he said Paul, Cody's in check and he don't even know it yet. I'm like, oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Hey, if Solo's in the match, then he's the obvious winner. If he's in the match,
Or you know
He's
Jay
actually-
Uso is
Fuck
gonna
that.
grab that.
I said this
They
after
gonna
Tom
Cody.
show that
Tatonga's
they
gonna-
show that
I said
camera
this.
angle
I
of
said this
Solo.
after Cody won the championship, bro, and everybody said I was crazy. I was like, all right, all right then.
To be
I'm gonna be
fair-
so
to
mad.
be fair, we wouldn't
But
know
don't-
if he cashed in
Don't
on
disrespect
Cody.
the next tribal chief, bro. He's the next tribal
I
chief.
don't acknowledge that thumb boy.
He might as well just give the briefcase to Rock, bro.
I feel like
Alright,
I gotta see
Let's
who else they
relax.
put. I gotta see who
I'd
else they
rather see
put in
Solo
there.
at
I
that point.
think some people that could be favorite to be in there. I think
I want Montez Ford in there.
like a Braun
Yes.
Breaker. I could see a Braun Breaker being in there. A Carmelo Hayes. I could see those guys being a part of it.
Dragunov. Just throw the
Uh,
NXT Holy Trinity in there. Just throw them all.
Dragunov would be cool
I
to be
love
thrown in there.
The name is sticking. I love it.
Dragunov would be a cool
That's
name
what
to
the
throw.
fuck
something
It's a
in.
perfect name for it.
That's
It is
what they
perfect, man.
are. They're the Holy Trinity, bro.
Just
You
let
know,
him do it,
it's,
bro.
It's the third best class ever. Third.
It's
yeah.
so good. They're crazy. It's that big
I mean,
three's
they're-
crazy.
First is the Shield. Second is the Four Horsewomen. Then it's Ilya.
Oh, you talking about NXT? You talking about NXT?
Yes,
Oh, to
it's the
come
third
up at
best
once.
call-ups, the
Oh,
third best
okay.
call-ups, yeah. 100%.
I feel like there's a lot of options though. There's a lot of options. I mean, Jey Uso wouldn't be a bad, but I still look at him like I don't see a title. He cashing on Gunther, bro. He gonna be Gunther for the title, like
Hey, no, don't
gonna be
stop.
Cody for the title.
He'll
Like,
be-
Yeah,
Lewis's
yeah,
head is
yeah.
Or
gonna
he gonna be
explode.
Drew. He cashed in on Drew.
Can you
but
imagine?
then Drew gotta lose to Gunther though, right? So he's not losing to
No,
Gunther.
he
Well,
gonna
I
he
mean,
gonna.
he could cash in on Drew and then-
look. Let me cook.
Gunther kills him.
There's
Let
no
me
time
cook.
frame, bro.
Drew versus Gunther. Drew versus Gunther. Jay cashes in, makes a triple threat, and drops it to Gunther in Berlin. There you go.
Bro, he hate the
Bro, hold it
That's
for a
not bad.
week.
I
Hold it for
don't.
like 2
I don't hate
weeks?
that.
Yeah.
Why do I not
Jay's a
hate that?
transitional champion, bro. Jay's a transitional
But for
champion.
Yeah,
2
Jay's
weeks,
never
though,
going to be a
bro?
long-term
Come on, bro.
champion.
2
Jay's
weeks.
That's
never going
fine.
to be
That's
long-term.
fine. That's
2 weeks,
fine.
yeah.
If it's now or never at this point, bro. Because I don't. Because Gunther's got to win it, right? He's
Yeah,
gotta
but you
win
could
it.
at least give it. You could at least have it.
What the
hold it
fuck
to,
is
like-
this invitational of whose ass gonna get whipped by Gunther's neck?
You could at least have him hold it, and
looking
maybe
who
it's
gonna
at
lose
least
to
like
Gunther, yeah.
like Crown Jewel or Survivor Series.
Nah, right. He's.
This ain't
I said a
Nah.
month at best, but it's fine, bro.
Gunther's either
it's
walking
either now
in-
or never.
Gunther's either walking into Berlin with that title or walking out. There's no way he
Yeah.
doesn't. He's not going past Berlin without that title.
Cat,
Is he though, bro? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't.
Cat,
So what?
I don't see
Okay,
it.
let me ask you this: What if Brock Lesnar is the effect, and then what? He champion still?
Brock Lesnar gonna get worked.
Hey,
Bring him.
he ain't past WWE legal yet. So,
But I'm saying, but we
Need to
don't,
be
but we don't,
WWE
but we
legal
don't,
first.
we don't know about SummerSlam though, because they've already said that he's not done with WWE. So
Chad.
whenever he's able to
I don't
come
know,
back, I guess
man.
we should say that could be the way for them to extend Gunther further, because he could still be a favorite to in the Rumble in my mind if
Yeah,
he doesn't leave
it's a
SummerSlam
top
as
5
champion.
dominant peak ever. You see all these scenarios they coming up with, and it's ending with Gunther whooping ass, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro.
They asking when did you join the Gunther fan club?
Are
I'm
you
like,
fucking
I-
stupid?
Prince Liger, you watch every week.
Come on, bro.
Wait a-
Come on.
wait
You watch every week. He too busy hating on me. That's why.
What the fuck?
Somebody, Lewis, somebody was hating on Gunther in our comments, bro.
Who
4-week
said-
reign
hey,
is
why
crazy.
Why is he not banned? That's my question. Why is he not banned?
That's not up to me, bro. That's up to
Why didn't
G,
you ban
bro.
that guy?
Shoot, yeah, he's
Yeah.
talking about no
Gunther-
selling.
Gunther
stuff.
just gonna hold it so
Apparently,
easy, so-
Gunther no sells. Apparently,
Yeah, I mean, go watch Will Ospreay
Hey,
match.
and they are just casually mentioning Brock now. So
I
Yeah.
feel. I mean, because that's obviously got to be. I mean, people have been waiting for that matchup number one. But it's like
I need it.
I wouldn't be
y'all just
surprised
want
if
Brock to
if
get
Brock
his
shows
ass
up
beat.
though.
It's okay.
Like if Brock shows up by I mean, he would lose to Gunther. He definitely get no ass beat though. That's crazy. That's
I miss Brock as a
we
wrestler
talk,
so
we talk,
much.
we talk about them politics about booking. Brock Lesnar ain't going out looking crazy.
He not
That's
going
for
out
sure.
like a bitch, but Gunther gonna
He's
get
still
his
gonna
licks
take the
in
L.
though. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Gunther-
I think
Gunther
Brock's
will-
more willing to lose though.
Gunther can catch the dub, but I promise you, it's gonna be the
It's gonna be
most
a
brutal
war.
match,
Trust
brutal match Gunther ever been in for sure.
yeah.
Trust me, it's gonna be a war. But just
Do you
know-
think Brock at his age is gonna go all out like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, maybe if
When
it's his
he-
last. Maybe if
When
it's
he
his
cares,
last.
when he cares, bro, yeah, bro.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Brock. It's Brock.
I
bro, yeah.
promise you, one chop from Gunther is gonna make Brock go, "Oh, okay."
Y'all
Yeah.
remember Royal Rumble last year? He took one.
No, he took,
but that wasn't like Gunther going all in.
I
That was
honestly
Right,
feel,
right,
I
right.
honestly
just a
feel
warm,
like,
but once he feels that one, Brock gonna be like, "Okay, let's
He's
go."
alright.
I feel like one
Bitch.
legit chop, and then going to he gonna suplex. that
Brock
shit out
just
of
needs
that
to
man,
have
bro.
them
Time and
eyes
time
light
again,
up.
bro.
Like he needs to have them.
He can't go to at least catching 10 suplexes, bro, in the match. At least 10, bro.
He's gonna take or give.
no, he's
Take.
taking 10 suplexes at least, bro.
Oh, he
Oh
has
yeah,
to.
yeah.
He has to.
Yeah.
Don't
Taking
worry,
at
Brock
least 10.
Lesnar taking like 15 power slams. Don't worry, we good.
That's
I mean,
insane.
hopefully, I hope it's a slugfest. I would hope it's not like
I can't wait for it.
I mean, like I say, I mean, we don't know though. We don't know
I
though.
want
I feel
blood
like
in that match. That's what I want. I want blood.
that could be a different scenario where like if Gunther wasn't going to win the title, if Brock was the agenda, I could understand that. Like, okay, we're gonna move to this.
Would y'all want Ilya versus Brock?
Yes,
Man,
two
Yeah,
top tier
Ilya,
sellers, bro. Oh my.
bro, Ilya.
Ilya
act
selling
like
the
he
suplex
died,
would be
bro.
crazy, bro.
Hey,
He gonna-
Brock gonna
he
be
gonna
like, Brock gonna be like, hold on, bro. Wait, this
No
is.
H bomb, no.
I just,
I feel
Ilya,
like-
you're hurting me.
I feel like that would be more of a Brock winning scenario, but I
I'm
feel
alright
like
with
it
that.
would
I'm cool with
I'm
that.
fine with
it would have to be
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, he's not
it would
losing
have to
to
be
Ilya.
like Brock would physically have to like the ref would have to stop it. Like Ilya just won't stay down type stuff.
He just keeps F5 in him.
I want Brock to little bro him during the build, and then once the match happens, I want him to like take a full strike from Ilya, and he's like,
He's like, oh shit, hold on.
This is real.
I feel
Like,
like
you
that's
know-
what Ilya's trading for, bro. That might be what Ilya traded for. Bro.
like you know that meme. It's like whose man's like Brock gonna take one hit. He's gonna. What the fuck?
Like, who mans is this?
Who just,
Oh man, somebody said
he just hit
watch
me?
somebody said watch Gunther and Brock in the DQ, man. It's gonna be Bobby and
Alright,
Brock.
relax.
all over.
Oh
Relax, relax.
God.
Relax.
It's gonna be
I
Bobby and
don't-
Brock all over again, man.
I don't.
Bobby and Brock.
No.
It's gonna be
Let's
Bobby
not
and Brock,
let's
man.
not put that in the air.
It's gonna be the Bobby and Brock, bro. That's what
Bro,
Brock was
Lewis,
like.
when
Brock
did
was
it
probably
start?
like, man,
Bro,
listen,
I've
man.
been watching Walter since I was in 6th grade, bro.
Yeah, Brock gonna be like,
Damn.
man, I can't
I ain't
can't
gonna
lose,
lie.
bro.
I didn't know who he was until he came to NXT UK.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Who,
But then I
think
went back and did my research.
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Gunther, aka
Oh,
Walter.
Gunther, yeah, I didn't know him until he came to NXT UK either. That's when I got familiar.
But when I heard the pop, I was like, "This
Yeah,
is a big deal." I'm
But
like,
I think I knew slightly. So I knew it was like, oh, it's Walter, but I didn't like know.
No, I didn't know who he was. I had to do my research.
I
don't
had
know
no
who's
idea.
that.
I'd never even heard his name.
Green hair Walter, yes sir.
Green Hair
Alright.
Walter is ridiculous.
Did not know that. I did not know that.
There
man.
was one gimmick he had that was so goofy. I think it was like Cha Cha Ping or some shit. I was reacting to a video that was talking about worst gimmicks, and he had like one of the dumbest gimmicks ever.
That's
No,
wild.
he had
I
he
want to
had
see
some bad
Gunther
ones.
versus Bobby. Oh, so you want to see Bobby die? Cool, right?
Oh
Gunther
my
versus Bobby would
god,
go crazy, bro. That would be
be fun. Bro,
That
what
would be
happened with Bobby and Brock? That's one of the dream matches. I'm like, how the fuck do you
They
fuck
did it-
this up?
They just didn't have proper winners, bro. That's
Like, how do you mess this
Well,
up?
the matches weren't that great either.
7
Ridiculous.
years too late, bro.
they just didn't have proper winners. The first one made sense for the story because Roman Reigns, okay, cool, whatever. But
Right.
the second two, like getting kicked in the balls, No, like
Just to
roll
ever
up.
wrestle again.
Yo,
You have-
he really is undefeated in one-on-one title matches against Brock. That's crazy.
Who is?
Bobby
Bobby.
really did beat him for the WWE title. Oh, I forgot, bro.
Just
Bobby
well,
who?
he lost it back technically.
Hey,
not to Brock, though.
Technically,
hey. Stop
no.
with
Brock
your
won it back in
technical-
Elimination Chamber.
Stop with your
Yeah, but it was a.
Well, he wasn't even in the match.
Elimination match.
Yeah, it's Mickey. It's Mickey Mouse. I'll give him that.
He wasn't even in the match. He left. They had to take him out
Stop with
before.
your technical shit. Do y'all think AJ versus Kenny will disappoint if it ever happens? No.
I don't think that's
No.
possible.
It would have to be a different match than what we expected.
But here's
like,
the here's the thing. The expectations would be so high. So if they even barely miss that, people are gonna be like,
Bro, there's no way they even missed that, bro. You're talking about AJ
Nah.
Styles and Kenny Omega, bro. Like, legit AJ Styles, top 3 greatest inner performers ever. Kenny Omega has been one of the best in the world for a long time, bro.
It'll
Like,
be nothing like in their prime though. Like,
No,
it'll-
yeah.
it'll-
Like I
Oh
said,
my
it's gonna be
God.
different. A different match than what it would have been like 6 years
2000
ago.
Like 2018 would have been the perfect time.
imagine
been
Kenny came over at
correct.
that point. Well, AJ's WWE champion. Oh my
Oh,
god,
that match
so
would've been
cool.
crazy.
I
That
think
match
it's still
would've
be.
been
I think
so
it's still be
But I
great.
still think it'll be hit. I still think
Yeah, it'll still be great.
Yeah, it should be a little bit more of an old head match.
So we getting
Just a little bit
Ricochet and Ospreay at Wembley. Congratulations, you gonna get a no-sell fest. Happy,
That match gonna be.
I hate their matches so much.
happy
They
for
have-
you.
Ricochet and
No,
Ospreay.
their matches are fire.
I don't. Yeah, no, they're great. I don't think Ricochet should. I think
I
Ricochet
hate
should
the
do one.
spot where they did the little
I think
handspring.
Ricochet
I
should
love that.
Bandit.
I love that. I love
I
that.
think
Hate it.
I would
Ricochet
like to
should
see-
go to TNA.
I like to see Ricochet do like the Matt Cardona effect. Just go anywhere.
Yeah,
bro. He can just
yeah.
go anywhere he wants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Fine by me.
TNA could be cool, but like him going anywhere. And honestly, he need to bring back the Prince Puma gimmick. He show up as Prince
Yes.
Puma. That would intrigue me.
Chris Puma and TNA would be nice.
That would intrigue me a lot.
I
bro.
think.
So he-
I do think. Yeah, just one off in TNA. Just have him face Ospreay and get on Dynamite and get it over with, and then have him move on. Just.
I mean, you could have him
Yeah,
facing him in
let's
Wembley
not.
because I mean, you have to do him. That'd be fine. I mean, like I said, it'll be a lot of.
That match is gonna hit.
I mean, it'll be a
It's
great
okay.
match. It'll be a great match. But like I said, one off is all they really need, though. You
But
don't
if
need
there's
to-
anybody
forgot
that
they're going back to
showed me
Wembley.
something, it was Mustafa Ali. Like Mustafa Ali's on the run of his life, and he didn't go to AEW. He went to TNA, and he won the
Exactly.
X-Division title in his debut. You can have the same with Ricochet. Ricochet can be the first guy because Ali's undefeated. So if you snag a guy like Ricochet, he can easily be the first guy to beat Ali.
I mean, yeah, that would be great for him off the rip.
Yeah.
And then from there, you can transition Ali into eventually becoming TNA.
Muhammad Ali,
Champion.
crazy. Thought he was dead.
You know, all right. You know,
No, I'm right here.
bro. Y'all think Chad Gable
No,
gonna
I'm-
renew his contract? But there's a bear shit in the woods. Yes.
Well, first off, they supposedly his contract was supposed to end this week, but he's on the PLE next week. So, like, I mean,
I don't believe these reports anymore. Man.
I think he's staying. I mean, I think number one, he's in a good storyline right now. He's being presented on TV better than he has been in his whole life. If you're asking me, like, yes, could he have beat Gunther at WrestleMania? It would have been great for him, but the heel turn for him was great. They're probably gonna put him with the Creeds. That'll be great for them. He's on a great run right now, and the storyline with Sami Zayn is doing its course. The match itself with Sami Zayn next week is gonna be crazy. So, I mean, overall, I think Chad Gable, I think he understands his ceiling. Everybody has to understand their ceiling when they're in certain places. Like Chad Gable, I think understands I'm not main event guy, but I can be one of the best mid carders they have. You know what I'm saying? He's a great all around wrestler. You know, like personally, I mean, there's other people that I like more than Chad Gable, so I'm not really too crazy about him. But I can understand, like, from a booking perspective, if he don't win this match at Clash of the Castle, he might as well back up that story with him chasing that title. 'cause,
I think they.
how many times he gonna lose? How many times he gonna lose a championship match?
I think they guaranteed him the IC title.
I got a question for y'all, and the audience as well. What do you mean I'm slick? My middle name's Ali, but anyway. Question for y'all and chat. Do y'all think this Clash of the Castle can surpass the old one, the first one?
Oh shit!
Because
I don't know,
we
man.
just
Yeah,
watched it
bro.
recently, and I just did a review video, dude.
Well, to be
So
honest,
good.
there's a lot of good matches on the show, but the first Clash, I don't know, man.
Drew and Damien is not topping Drew and Roman. I can tell you
No.
that for sure.
The
Bailey
Quit
and
match,
Piper
the I
Niven
Quit match might
definitely
go
gonna
stupid
be
though.
better. Bailey and Piper Niven definitely gonna be better than.
Oh
Shayna
yes,
Baszler and Liv.
yes,
They
absolutely.
could potentially, bro.
And then
I
the
hope
tag
it
team match,
does.
the tag team match could be really good as well.
Yeah.
Because I argue
mid-card
Clash of the
match,
Castle
yes.
is a top 10 WWE show ever. I
Yeah,
argue
that's top
that.
10 pay per view
Yes.
all time.
Yes.
I mean,
I will
the,
stand on that.
the I Quit match alone, that could really be very fantastic.
If you ask me,
Chad Gable, Sami Zayn.
if you
I
ask
don't
me,
know if Chad Gable and Sami Zayn could be better than Gunther and Sheamus. That's gonna be hard, man.
Nah,
Bro,
yeah,
the fact that
nah.
was the second match on the card, I had to watch it to remember it was the second match on the card.
But I mean,
Insane,
it could potentially reach that, but it'll be very hard to over exceed that. I mean, because like Chad Gable and Sami Zayn, they got chemistry, and this is a PLE, so it's not a Monday Night Raw where they have time constraint. They'll actually have time to
They're
actually.
getting like
Yep.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, they'll have
They'll
time
get
to
time to cook.
actually go back and forth and have false finishes and do all the stuff they can do. Because even if you go back to that gauntlet match, I mean, the little time they had, I mean, they had me, bro. When Sami Zayn with the ankle lock, bro. I'm like, oh my god, bro, what's gonna happen? Like, it was going back and forth. He was selling the crap out of ankle lock, bro. And so it's like, now when they get actual time and stuff, they'll be able to put on a really really good match. It depends. I feel like with Damian and Drew more than likely main eventing, I just that's not a bigger or match than Drew and Roman. And
No.
I don't see that topping Roman and Drew. The I Quit match itself really could be really really
Could
good.
be.
The tag team match, also the triple threat tag team match could be a sleeper. I'm honestly that could be a real sleeper.
Yeah.
I personally think it's a miss not having Gunther and Randy too on this card, just to give Gunther that solidified win.
I actually heard Randy he was actually healing up from his body though. So
Oh, so Gunther really did beat his.
Here you go. Here you
but
go.
before that, because if you Randy
he just ducking, bro.
Randy since coming back has since Survivor
Tell
Series,
Randy win the Rumble and challenge Gunther. Fuck this shit.
since Randy has
No,
come
we don't
back.
need another Rumble win.
Since Randy has come back, I don't know if you guys know, but he's been on every single PLE. He was on Survivor Series, Rumble, Chamber. He was on WrestleMania.
So
He
this
did
will be the first one
Backlash.
he misses.
Yeah, he did Backlash. He did Saudi show. So he's been on every PLE since he's come back. So I think he has to understand his body too. Like with the back end, like he got to take that little rest. So maybe they have it at Money in the Bank.
Is
I don't
there
know.
any matches you guys see like still going on? Because I think with the backlash Logan is getting, they're gonna add that US title to this card.
With LA Knight?
originally,
I
Yeah.
think they might add Carmelo Hayes into the mix because I don't think LA Knight and Carmelo
they
Hayes.
only- they got one more
I mean,
show.
Triple H with the last couple shows, they've had 5 matches, so that's probably it. I mean, if
Yeah.
there was another match that I thought originally was going to happen, I thought it was going to be Ricochet versus Braun Breaker versus Ilya in a triple threat because they all got a story going on. But now with this contract expiring, I don't know. So that was the only match I looked at. Maybe they could add Logan Paul to the mix,
Damian
but
versus Braun at Money in the Bank. Oh, so
I
y'all
don't know.
have Damian retaining.
I feel like this is probably going to be it. I
Yeah.
mean, Triple H, the last, like I said, King of the Ring. Well, King of the Ring I think it had 7. So because there was the King of the Ring matches and there were other, so that had a little bit more. But if there's any other matches, I probably.
No, I think I
would
only
say
have
triple
5.
threat. No, I don't have 5. Okay, yeah.
I
So
think so.
I feel like if there's gonna be no Backlash had 5, so if there's gonna be another match, I think that triple threat would have made the most sense because they all have that story going right there, which would have been great. But
To me, that's a Raw main. That's gonna be the Raw main event eventually.
maybe.
Braun Breaker pins Ricochet, then get Ricochet out of there.
So I don't think there's gonna be any other matches. I don't know if they'll have LA Knight versus Logan Paul like right now. So that's probably gonna be a little bit more of a build because Logan Paul did say that he was gonna go after Logan Paul, like he's gonna show up to where he goes. He might show up to his podcast for all we know. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna put to this man crib, bro, like he did AJ.
He'll probably end up showing it to his podcast and be like, "Hey, where you at?" type stuff. So I mean,
That was
could
good.
But
That
it
could
really
be
pissed
a
me off
factor.
the reason why Logan wasn't gonna be there because
be playing Tekken.
Tetris
Tetra-
World Tournament, bro.
That's crazy.
Really? Come
That's
on,
crazy.
gang.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. If I was a WWE superstar, that's the type I want to be. Like, still have freedom to do stuff whenever you want, and then still be there. That's gotta be an enjoyable life, man. Making millions
Yeah.
outside of WWE and WWE too, bro. Like, oh my gosh, man. Couldn't ask for a better living, bro. A better living.
Hey, Nate, I ain't gonna lie. Going to your idea, if Jey Uso wins Money in the Bank and cashes in on Drew, I don't see a scenario where Drew doesn't stick that sword through Jay's head. Not gonna lie. He hates Jey Uso so much. Imagine
Enough.
if that happened. Oh my god.
That'd be the
Bro, I've
ultimate,
never
like,
understood his
Bro,
beef with Jay.
we're opening up the show.
Jay was in the
Wait,
bloodline. What do you mean?
I'm like, I get that, but I'm like, bro, he wasn't
He
even
cost
he wasn't
the
even
Heat.
there at Clash.
He even cost
He
you.
wasn't even there.
He wasn't there,
even
but
in
he
the
was.
country.
Listen, you
He
better
was
go
in-
fight solo.
He was in the group, bro. Like he was in that bloodline.
Yeah,
Nate
I
made
get
this
it, but it's like,
nigga,
why?
I wasn't even there, bro.
Yeah, he made it
Bro, I
seem
wasn't
like
there. Oops.
I was not even in the country, bro. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah, I think that's just the ultimate like fu from Jada to Drew. Drew kind of
That's
getting
funny, though.
like what he deserves. Like you've been on my nuts for like years. Like not for like for a year. You've been on my nuts for a year for something I didn't even do. Like yes, I'm gonna take
His
that from.
eyes
I
lit
guess
up
it would-
when
I guess it
he
had to
found out
depend-
He got replaced by Jay and King. of
So
the Ring. He was
hypothetically,
still mad.
hypothetically, if Jay does win the Money in the Bank, does that change the Drew and Gunther situation at SummerSlam, or is Gunther still gonna win?
I said do it in the triple threat. I said do it in a triple threat, and then Gunther can beat Jay at Bash in Berlin. But then again, I will say Jay is a super baby face, and you don't want him going into Bash in Berlin. You want if Gunther's gonna face anyone at Bash in Berlin, it should probably be Drew in a rematch or some guy who's like
Brock Lesnar.
Brock. It could be Damian. It could
don't save that for Damian?
You could do a fatal. You could do like a triple
Bro,
threat.
in Berlin,
like,
that'd be crazy, man.
It
you
would
could do
be
like
great.
a triple threat. You could do like Drew versus Damian versus Gunther or something. Throw Punk in the mix. Just a bunch of guys, because you can't have someone who's like super over because like it's Gunther. It's Berlin, so it's like who's gonna be over there? Yeah, he's gonna get cheered. So it's like he's gonna be over.
That's how Piper gonna feel in Scotland when Bailey gets cheered over her. He's gonna feel like, oh damn, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Now, you can't. I mean,
Wow.
Europe loves Bailey. So I mean,
Yeah, that's why I said. I mean, they're gonna cheer Bailey over Piper.
But
I
wasn't
mean,
Piper Niven a big name over there before she came to WWE?
yeah, she was big on the UK,
Yeah.
in Japan and stuff. But I mean,
it'll probably
you hear the reactions every time Bailey goes to UK, bro. Like,
they love
Oh,
her.
yeah,
They love her.
yeah.
in the UK.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculously crazy. So
That's our own chant, bro. That's crazy.
the only real person from that show in Scotland, I think is Drew McIntyre. He's the only one to get in that bit. Especially
Yeah, I don't
if, like,
see.
I feel like if he really, honestly, this time, if he really comes out to Broken Dreams, no way he can lose, bro. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Bro, I pray to God that's what happens. I love that
Gonna
song.
have broken dreams when he go to SummerSlam to fade Gunther.
Well, yeah, I mean, sorry, Drew, but shit.
But I honestly don't think they're ever gonna bring him back though.
This
They've
is
had-
literally
they've had their
SummerSlam
chances.
is the invitational of who do we want as world champion to die.
They've
You
had
said they're
their-
not bringing back Broken Dreams, Malik?
No,
I don't
they've
think
had
so.
They've had their chances to do it.
They don't need to. It would just be cool.
They had it at Clash
Nah,
at the
they
Castle,
need
bro.
to.
They had it at Clash at the Castle last year, and we thought it was happening. They had a little intro, and then they went right to that theme. I
Now
was
they
like, oh.
played us with that. It made me mad.
They did. They did.
They really.
I
tricked
mean, look, man. All I'm saying is, the only other theme Drew can really come at to at this point is this fire burns when he faces CM Punk.
us. That would be so funny. Does
Now, that
WWE
would be
still own
wild
the rights to
as
that?
F, bro.
Bro, I don't care.
That's what I'm
what,
trying to think.
I
If
don't
they
care
do.
what pay per view they're on. That match got a main event, bro. I don't care, bro.
Absolutely.
Oh
Take-
yeah,
Take Cody to take a vacation for like a week, bro.
let him miss a PLE, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy if they had CM Punk come out to call his personality and Drew comes out to fire burns. That'd be insane. That'd be wild. I ain't
I
gonna lie to you.
fucking love that song, bro.
That'd be insane if he actually does that and he actually comes out with the CM Punk gear.
Imagine if
Punk
if whatever pay per view they main event. Imagine if they do a Chicago pay per view
Bro,
and then Drew comes out to this fire burns.
Bro, the Drew reaction.
Imagine he comes out first. Come out first. I think it's Punk.
Bro,
They're
the
like, oh wait,
Like, oh wait a minute.
they're like, oh, Punk went back to it. Nope, it's Drew.
No, it's Drew.
Bro, the Drew reactions be like killing me, bro. Because when Drew pulled up to that one Raw, and then Punk was in the skybox, and Punk was like, "I'm here, you little bitch." Drew was like, "This motherfucker." Bro,
He's like, all right, I'm finna kill this nigga. Goes up there and he's just staring down at Punk like, like you bitch.
bro, he's been trolling him. He's saying, "Hey, put his stupid face on there so he can see how he looks." But I
That's
truly
wild,
believe
bro.
if there's any way this match ends, it ends with Punk coming out like, "Told you I was gonna hide out in Scotland, stupid bitch."
He did.
Yeah, I
He
don't-
did tell him that. So I mean,
But I,
don't wanna
think
see
Drew
that,
gonna
bro.
forget like this nigga ain't coming. He a bitch.
here's the thing. I mean, they could do it where maybe Punk's interference cost Priest. Like he tries to help Priest, but it ends up costing him. I don't know.
I mean,
I
maybe
think,
they
I
could
think
do that.
actually, I think that wouldn't be bad because
Make
he's
him
in
appreciate
Scotland.
it.
So I think people would like boo. They'd be like, Punk, get the fuck out of here. And then like he would actually cost Priest, and Drew would overcome that. And it could be like Drew finally has the upper hand. Because when you really think about it, CM Punk's always had the upper hand in this feud. Like Drew, the only time Drew has gotten one up on Punk is when he injured him. Every other time, and when he took him out the next night. But every other time, like verbally, psychologically, emotionally,
Yep.
Punk has gotten the best of Drew McIntyre.
Exactly.
I think Drew is his time to actually like get that moment and Punk actually be like, oh,
could-
okay, I don't have the upper hand.
They could
anymore.
also easily add on to the story with adding the world title to it. Like CM Punk, yes, has a motive to cost Drew the title, but wouldn't it mean more if he maybe beat Drew for the world title in an actual match. Like Drew wins the world
Yeah.
title and then he finally gets it and then he has to face Punk and then Punk is the one that took it from him. Like imagine how more crazy that's gonna make Drew McIntyre, you know?
It's up to y'all. Whoever wants to die to Gunther. I mean,
Here you go. Here you
I
go.
mean,
Listen, Gunther just waiting. Gunther just holding until Ilya come around, bro. That's all that matters, bro.
Ilya
You
got to
think
get
Ilya
past
gonna be the
Braun.
one taking
Ilya
off
got to be got to pass Braun first.
yeah.
That's he ain't really worried about Braun. He looking at Ricochet right now. Ricochet gotta get smoked, and then we're moving on from that. We're moving on from that.
I mean, they
Ricochet
facing on
getting sent
Monday.
home.
They facing on Monday.
Oh yeah,
And that
Ricochet
little
about to get
match, we
sent home.
watched that little match right there, one off type stuff, and they moving on, bro. They
Nigga
moving
said
on, bro.
one.
Wow, all right, bro.
They moving on, bro. They moving on. Braun Breaker gonna move on to something different. Ilya gonna move on to something different. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but maybe a mid card title. I'm saying maybe they're looking at the IC title. The IC title would be kind of crazy. Maybe probably more for Ilya, especially if Chad Gable wins it. Now he's gonna be the heel.
Oh, Perk Gable versus Ilya. It's gonna feed families.
Yeah, that'd be wild. No, actually, it'd probably be Otis first because Otis is in the
Yeah, it'll be
story,
Otis
so-
first.
Yeah, and Otis is gonna massive pop when he turn on Chad Gable, bro. It's probably happened to Clash of the Castle, so it'll probably happen to Clash, and then the Creeds probably will help Chad Gable.
You
win,
idiot! Raise my hand.
Because he already got he got that pop he got last week when he stepped up to him. People was like, oh snap! So they wait when he get that full turn, bro. People gonna go crazy, man. They gonna go, and then of course the Creeds will come out, I think, and then they'll help Chad Gable win, and then he'll finally be IC champion.
Otis
and
is
then,
gonna beat Chad. Relax.
Nah, relax.
Hey, I'm with that. Yes, sir. I'm with that.
No.
Give it to my guy Otis, bro. Otis, bro. Give it to my guy Otis, bro. You gotta come back with that name Otis, bro. You gotta be Otis again, though.
Oh, I forgot about Otis. Oh my god.
Otis, bro.
Monday and months. So your thoughts on this whole Judgment Day storyline with Liv Morgan? Yeah, Tyler, I think you should get Liv strap out your mouth. Anyway,
Who asked that, Tyler? I'll keep it real, Tyler. It's the best storyline Raw has right now. In my opinion.
No,
it's
Academy.
still-
Alpha Academy.
it's
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 Alpha
better. It's
Academy.
better than Alpha Academy.
No,
it's
it's not.
still
No, it's
Drew
not.
and
Yes, it is.
CM
No, it's
Punk,
not.
gang.
No, it's Alpha
Oh
Academy.
yeah, no, Drew and
Punk-
Punk clear.
Yeah, Drew and Punk too.
Punk gotta be there more. He ain't been there in a while. So when
In
he's
a
there,
month.
when he's there, yes, but he hasn't been there in a while, and we don't really know where the story's going as of right now because we don't know. He could pop up at Clash and be like I said, hey, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back again because he disappeared. He been training. I've been seeing them videos. He been putting in that work. I'm saying, so the arm looking pretty
To
good.
me,
But
that rivalry's still active. It's still the best feud on Raw. It's
And
WWE.
but the Judgment Day storyline literally started last week, like 2 weeks ago. So it's not the best. It
Yeah,
literally
Alpha
just-
They
it's
haven't
been
even
going on. Though.
cooked
It's
the
been
Yes,
going on
it
before
is.
I
that.
think Alpha Academy's better.
No, the Liv stuff has been. It just started. Like the stuff with Liv, it just started.
It
Like
ju-
that
Liv
Liv
been
chapter.
haven't cooked
Liv been
enough
going
yet.
after Rhea since she came back. That was a couple months ago.
Yeah, but
just
she
won-
hasn't.
She just
she's
won the
been
title.
feuding with.
but
She's
It
been
wasn't
feuding
with
with
feud
Becky.
with
She's been
Judgment Day.
feuding. Yeah, she's been feuding with Becky.
she been
and now
feuding with
she's-
Becky, but the Rhea.
Now she's finally.
the Rhea.
Yeah, but that was like a
interaction was
month. That was like a week. That was a week. In a
That
segment.
plays
a
into
week
the
in a
story
segment.
though, because she got hurt, so that plays into her story.
Yeah,
of,
but they haven't capitalized. They haven't
That's the
capitalized
story
on it
with
until
Rhea.
after.
She's doing
Yeah.
the story
until
with
when
the
Rhea comes
entire-
back. Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
happen.
when she
that's
comes
the story
back.
with Rhea, but she just got into the story with the Judgment Day. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
recently.
In a month,
Does Rhea-
I think that could be the best
Alpha
storyline.
Academy right
Does
now.
Rhea take it back?
In
When
the
she gets
whole
back?
Yes.
story,
Yes.
in the
Yes.
whole story, yes. I mean, later on, she'll be feuding with Judgment Day longer, so you could say the whole Judgment Day as a whole. But as of right now, that's the most intriguing storyline they have right
Relax
now.
on
Raw.
Mini glazing Jacob. Jacob deserves all the glazing. Thank you.
Jacob
Like,
Fatu?
they actually are making me care about what Liv Morgan is doing on Raw. Like I want to know where the storyline's
Care?
going. I want to know where this is going. Her storyline is good.
I do too.
She's
No, it's
It's a
good.
good storyline. Alpha Academy's is better, man.
she's in a
Yeah.
good storyline that makes like I want to know what's gonna happen. Like I want to know where the story's going. I want to know if Dom's gonna turn on Rhea. Like,
This is why Raw clears SmackDown.
SmackDown
Raw-
is dry.
Raw
SmackDown-
actually
SmackDown
has
don't have
different
that.
Are you trying to
storylines.
say Liv Morgan right now is a Make a Wish AJ Lee?
no, I wouldn't say
Make
that.
a Wish
That's
is insane.
wild. She's female edge.
She making
like you
out.
said, bro.
She making out. She acting
Female
crazy.
edge, bro.
I mean,
She's a
shit.
female edge, and that's why her title reign doesn't have to be long because
She's playing mind games,
Edge's title reign wasn't long, like especially
He's
his
never
first
had a
one.
long run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never had
and
a
it's
long run.
fine. Like she's gonna drop it to Rhea probably in the fall. Like she's gonna have like a nice little 3-4 month reign, and that's fine. that's fine because her character probably won't need a championship going forward. Because Edge never really needed a title, even though he felt like he needed a title in character. The character itself never needed a title because it was just more fun to watch him do devious stuff for that title.
And I feel like when she
such an
faces Rhea, though,
asshole,
she got to win that first match at least by cheating or something.
Yeah, for sure. I think Nefarious, even if it's a triple threat, like.
Yeah, I mean the first match she got to cheat or something. I don't think it makes her look good to just lose and we're kind of back to square one again with Liv. Like, all right, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna Liv to me does not scream long term to me.
No,
I don't think
there's certain people that just don't.
Yeah, she's good for the moment. She's good for the story, but once the story, I don't see the story stretching out a long time.
No, some people are like stretch it to Mania. I'm like, no, bro.
I think it's stretching.
They gotta move on.
I think it stretches to the fall. I mean, because Rhea's gonna be out.
Yeah.
We don't know for how long, and then. I think Lyra's going to be a part of it. It's probably going to be Liv's next challenger for the championship with Becky being gone. So that adds more for a challenger for her. And then you gotta continue to stretch the whole Dom factor. Like what is he going to do? You know what I mean? Like what at the day, what direction he's going to go in.
Right now, this gives Liv the opportunity for Liv fans that have been crying. Right now, Liv is the biggest star in that women's division right now with Rhea and Becky being out. Like she's the woman right now. So this is time for her to prove. This is time for her to prove that she can carry and be that person. Like Liv fans think that she can, which I don't think she can personally. I mean, I don't.
Not when Becky. To be honest, not when the top stars are around. Like she's not. It's like Edge, bro. Like he was never the top guy when Cena was around. When like Batista was around, Undertaker around. He wasn't the guy, but he was a top guy. Like he was like someone like, oh, when Edge shows up, something's about to happen. So Liv can be that. Like, oh, something.
When you heard that you think you know me, you're like, God damn it, here he goes.
Yeah. So when you hear that, like, watch me, you're like, oh, some menacing's about to happen. Like somebody's about to get.
Something mid is about to happen. Like,
no. Not anymore. But something messed up's about to happen.
She just has to keep doing what she's doing. Her presentation right now is good. What they're doing with her is good. She's a part of a story that actually matters on TV. All they have to do is just execute right this time. It's literally all that they have. Literally everything. They have literally everything with Liv Morgan in the palm of their hands.
Shit.
All they have to do is just execute it right this time.
I know. I'll be like, which way?
Yeah, they just have to execute it right this time. Like the last time she was champion, they didn't properly do anything good with her. That didn't make her look good in any aspect.
We can blame Ronda Rousey for that.
We can blame a lot of
long list of things
because even Liv's title defense against Shayna at Clash last year, not last year, but a couple years ago, wasn't bad at all. Was actually pretty decent.
It was decent.
At the time, though, Shayna Baszler's steam had died down so much by then. It was like
they threw it right after Gunther Sheamus, though.
Yeah.
we get a Finn fan every stream. Shit.
Bro, I already said this, bro. He's done.
What's wrong with Finn, bro?
Washed, bro. He's washed. He's done. It's
washed
over.
Is crazy.
Stop. He's washed, bro.
Not too much on Finn, gang.
It's done, bro. It's done. You're losing to Damian Priest, bro. You're done.
Gunther will eventually defend the world title against Finn. He'll give him his.
Yeah, I don't know if the world title. I don't know if the world title runs in his
cards. Yeah, Finn gotta die.
It's not, bro.
I don't know if the
Finn like 82 is wild.
Mo, hear me out. Because this person's AEW contract coming up soon, so let me cook. Right, hear me out, and I think you're gonna like it. Right. 3-minute squash match. Yeah, Jeff Hardy. I was about to say.
Oh my God.
You lucky I don't have my sign on me.
Gunther versus Jeff Hardy. 3 minutes. Let's go. Come on.
Jeff should not be in a world title match ever again in his life.
Should be written off and get written off.
Can he please, deadass? Can he please retire? Just please.
Jeff can hold.
Save your legacy game.
I'm saying, put him in a retirement.
Not even that, Malik. He done. Just go.
Oh, a problem I have with you is why do you deny all these guys to go against Gunther? They'll have to get their ass kicked.
Jeff don't need to wrestle no more.
But he gotta get written off.
So you want Gunther and Cena now?
You know what? Fine, we'll say no to Gunther. Bring in Ilya. That's the insurance policy. You can bring.
You just want Jeff to die. You want Jeff to die. I don't think Jeff can keep up with Ilya's intensity. I'm sorry.
Kenny versus.
Listen, they saved Jeff. They saved Jeff Hardy when they released him because he's about to get fed to Roman Reigns, bro. So they saved him, bro. They saved him good. So.
I wanted that match so bad.
That would have been. That was
supposed to be the Royal Rumble.
Honestly,
right? Yeah, it was supposed to be
honestly, but that match that was 2022, right?
Yeah.
It would have been, yeah.
Oh,
was
in front of a crowd. Oh, that would have been.
Yeah, no,
perfect,
that was
bro.
after Jeff was a sole survivor for his team, right?
And that was one of Jeff's
Oh.
like
Seth Rollins. Yeah.
that was one of his dream matches himself too. And I was like,
Bro, have him do the swanton. Do you think he's about to have one last title reign? Roman kicks out at 2.99. Oh, that would have.
bro,
he got
one more
back.
world title,
that
not
would've
run,
been so
but
good.
like
one
match.
more time, bro. That would have been so good.
that would have been
bro.
so satisfying for
And,
me,
like,
bro.
Paul Heyman on the mic just tearing
Tearing
Jeff
him
Hardy to
down.
shreds for everything he's done. Oh,
I would have
God.
ended that match in the most like life sucking way possible.
Yes,
It would have been
bro.
great.
I would have had him
Bro.
do a swanton, hit it, but then like he's like he can't go for the cover. Then he puts his arm over, but his head is like closed. So after he puts the arm
Guillotine.
over, guillotine.
Oh, that would've been so
Exactly.
good.
As soon as he gets to the moment's like, nah, motherfucker.
That will forever be a dream
and it
match for
just-
me. I ain't gonna lie.
He just
That will
fades away. He don't
forever be
even
a dream
tap.
match
He
for
just
me.
passes. Oh my god.
AJ
I
Dude.
mean, if y'all wanted Jeff Hardy to get beat down, man,
AJ
that'd been
would-
cool.
Yes,
man.
bro. It's fine.
Yeah, he would have lost. I would have wanted him to lose.
I ain't
but-
talking
Better
about
than-
lost. He got embarrassed. He got
He got his
smoked.
ass beat.
Embarrassed is crazy.
He got embarrassed out there.
You know how KO got his ass beat at that room?
Yeah, you
Nibba,
saw what
you're
happened.
wild. You're wild. You're wild.
Oh, Jesus.
So what happened to, like I said, to Kevin Owens at the Rumble, bro?
Alright,
Kevin Owens at the Rumble.
I
That's
don't
You're
smart.
even-
wild, bro.
That's insane.
I don't even think I would say that. That was clever.
Damn, that's crazy.
Don't do my guy Jeff like
But why
that,
do you
gang.
always deny all these guys to face Gunther and Ilya?
Bro, I'm saying Jeff, bro. Like,
You
he
said
don't
go
need
to
to wrestle.
CM Punk. Like, what's wrong with that?
Because
was
he
not
gonna
that.
die too.
He was in a fucking dog collar match with MJF.
And then what happened after that? A bunch of injuries.
He won the title
Yeah. And his foot broke.
after he won the title.
He only got hurt after going to the title. That was his
I was about to
curse.
say,
That was-
like,
that was-
why?
Everything leading
I was
up.
God telling him not to win a title, bro.
Bro, his body can't handle
every
that
time,
pressure.
every time he was chasing a championship, he somehow got hurt, bro. It's crazy.
Every time, bro.
Before that though, never
Is
got
this
hurt.
live? Yeah, it's live, bro. Come on, man.
Never had a problem. Never had a problem getting
I'm
hurt.
just saying,
before
if you don't
Crazy.
want them to face Gunther, the insurance policy is Ilya. So what do
that.
you?
Or Braun Breaker, Braun Breaker up there.
You just want someone to
Hey, that's
die,
the
bro.
third insurance policy. That's the
Jeez.
third.
I just
Yeah,
want
Braun
people to lives to be
And
ended.
if you wanted to really die, you can feed into Omos, bro. So Omos is the fourth, bro.
Yeah.
What about?
Oh, we're
Oba, too?
all almost
Oh,
sapiens here for
Now,
once.
if you say no to
Obafemi?
all that, the best we could do is Obafemi. So just pick your poison.
Which is like
We
still.
got two Africans.
Hey, listen,
going,
after what he did
man.
tonight in that triple
If you
threat,
don't
bro, I
want
don't know.
Gunther, you can get Ilya. If you don't want Ilya, then you can get Omos. And if you don't want Omos, unfortunately, we have to resort to Obafemi. So choose your poison, okay?
Sorry.
You just want people to die, huh?
Bro, what you know my style, man. You know what I like. You know what I like. Just physical shit. That's what I like. Just physical beating ass. That's what I like.
All right, before we head off here,
That's why
let's
I like
give our
Roman matches, because Roman matches turn into physical shit.
yeah, they do. Let's give our predictions for the NXT show tonight before we head off here because we got an hour before the show starts. NXT Championship match: Trick Williams, Ethan Page. Who do you guys think? Who you guys feeling, man? Who you guys feeling?
Trick.
Trick.
They're gonna make Ethan look really good, but
I'm gonna go Trick. I'm gonna go Trick for this one. Jordan Grace, Roxanne Perez. Who you guys feeling?
Roxanne
Yeah, Roxanne.
on some bullshit. She gonna do some bullshit too.
I'm sticking with Jordan Grace, bro. I think Jordan Grace. I'm gonna go with Jordan
If
Grace.
you get that
Not a bad
right, you're
pick.
God. You're-
What about the NXT North American Championship ladder match? This could go a lot of ways. A lot of
Soruka.
ways.
I think Soruka, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I would
going.
say Jada Parker, but I think Jada Parker, after what we saw in that summit with her mic work, I think she's world title material.
It's either if it's
Actually,
not.
no. I'm still going Miss Parker. I ain't gonna lie.
Miss Parker.
If
Miss
I,
Parker.
Miss Parker.
Parker.
I'm gonna go Lash Legend for me, bro.
I was gonna say if it's not Soul, it's Lash. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I got
Lash
Soul.
Legend.
I can see that.
No prediction for Clash. Oh shit, should we do that since Clash?
We could. Let's see.
Just
What
run
other
through
match?
them real
The tag team match. I'm gonna say Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to win.
Yeah,
they need
they
to
need
win, bro.
something.
If they don't win, bro, they're scrubs.
Might as well just release him at that point, bro. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Go back to New Japan.
I
Triple
was
threat
hoping
match.
AJ was gonna win, then it turned into an I Quit match. I was like, oh, so no.
Oh, he's
Fuck
there
no.
go Prince Liger again.
He's
There,
getting
there he go.
Triple threat match. You guys got Obafemi.
Oh yeah,
To
he's
me,
not
this-
losing anytime soon.
To me, this is weird, man. I'm gonna say Wesley because I think Oba will be the one to beat Trick.
Oh yeah, that I still see.
That's in the future. I still think Wesley
Let's
gets
You
say
it.
think
West
West pins Joe Coffey?
That's what he's there for.
Yeah, he's taking the pin.
Nate, you're disrespectful. I like that tweet you put about Gallus.
Bro, Gallus is bad, bro.
He said they're the NXT Final Testament.
They are, bro. They're so
Yo,
boring, bro.
Relax.
They don't move
Hey, easy on
me.
your coffee, bro.
Bro, Gallus does not move. I saw them live, bro. They don't move me.
Oh,
They
why?
don't move me.
What's going? Do you not like their Scottish accent?
Nah, I mess with it. Obviously, I like it because I do Drew, but they just don't move me,
this
bro.
man, bro.
They don't move me. Gallus does not move me, bro.
How do you have the ability to just do that? Like
He's like me with my African accent. I could just switch at the drop of a
that's
dime.
different. You're actually African. This motherfucker
Fair.
got no Scottish shit in his blood.
Yeah.
Bro.
Hey, man.
What
Oh,
about
man.
the NXT Underground match? Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice.
Lola needs it,
Lola.
Lola,
Lola
Porsche.
gonna do it and twerk the way out, bro.
bro.
Back to
Do you
back
know
L's.
what we're gonna get in the future? Like Lola and Julia gonna be a hard hitting fucking.
Oh my god, that gonna be like it's crazy because like if you don't know Lola, like if you don't know her history, like you just think like she just some girl who just kick ass, like what the fuck. But then like you forget like this girl can actually kick ass. Like, she can actually fight.
Yeah,
She
she
had
was
an MMA
yeah.
background, yeah.
Yeah, she can actually fight. So
Okay, Clash at the Castle. I'll run through that real quick since some people wanted us to. Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn.
This clash is gonna be on the same time, like
Next week, yeah.
Check it.
Chad Gable.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna go with Chad.
Chad.
I can't see Sammy keep going.
I'm gonna say Chad too.
I will
I'm
say
gonna
though,
Chad.
don't sleep though, because Sammy losing could make him the favorite for Money in the Bank.
I was about to say
and Nate might go
before
crazy.
he beat
Nate might
Gunther, that was my favorite for Money in the Bank in Toronto. You
Maybe.
might as well.
I'm not gonna be mad if he wins Money in the Bank. I won't be mad.
I'm cool.
You can pull it out.
Again, it
You
is
can pull it
like
off.
the
He's one of the few baby faces who can pull it off.
the triple threat women's tag team match. What you guys got?
Oh,
oh yeah, Bianca.
Bianca
Black
Jade.
Magic, Black Girl Magic.
Bianca and Jade. We have also excuse me. I Quit match Cody versus AJ.
Man,
Oh, come on.
Cody ain't losing
Super Cody.
anytime soon.
Super Cody coming out.
Super Cody.
What we doing, man?
I hope there's blood. I do hope there's blood. I'll say that.
I need to see Cody's hair turn red.
Might be because there might be some
Super
blood.
chat options. Pretty sure it's there.
There probably might be blood. Maybe. Bailey versus Piper.
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah. I don't see Bailey
and-
losing before SummerSlam.
Then we got Drew versus Priest.
This is this.
I got
really,
Drew.
This really.
I'm gonna say Drew.
This
I'ma
really
say
the most
Drew.
Unpredictable match on the card, bro.
It is.
It might be.
I don't think they're gonna have everybody from Scotland lose on one show, bro.
That'd be
I can't see it,
insane.
bro.
Yeah,
I will stick with my Puerto Rican pride until the end.
as you should.
Fair enough.
I will die on my shield in embarrassment.
I'm gonna say Drew is gonna bring the Scottish people some joy because Piper is gonna lose and I don't see Isla Dawn and Alba Fire winning either. So I'm gonna say Drew for that one. So we'll be back next week, guys, after Clash at the Castle to give our recap because Clash at the Castle will happen before our pod. So we'll be there to talk about everything and run down all the stuff. Make sure you guys check out NXT as well, coming on in a couple of minutes. A few more.
So now about an hour.
If
It's
you
at 8.
guys, if you
Oh, the
guys-
pre-show's on actually.
Also, if you guys want to see a watch along Rated M podcast, we going live for the NXT Battleground watch along. So
I ain't gonna be
guys
there.
wanna
I'm be editing.
I'll be there. Pull up.
So,
It's gonna be me.
if you guys want to
and-
go watch the show, yeah, go watch they're doing a live stream for the watch along. If you guys like watching along streamers doing streams and stuff like that, so go check it out. Make sure you guys sub to the audio if you're watching on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the sub. Also Twitch, if you're watching, make sure you hit the sub as well. We'll be back again next week, and hopefully, maybe like I said, next week we'll have a lot of new theories about this new WWE TNA collaboration as far as everything's going to happen, as far as leading up to Money in the Bank, new champions, current champions, how things are going to go. So it's going to be interesting.
We also
It's gonna
have
be
to
If you're on Spotify, hit us with the 5 stars.
So real quick before we go, I think we also got to understand too. We only just went over predictions. Like watching the actual shows, we like still don't know what could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there could be somebody just making an appearance, just pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Never know.
Somebody could show up tonight for all we know. I mean, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. So
Jordan
make sure you go check it out. Go see Sexy Red shaking them cheeks, bro. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. So
Booker T go crazy.
He gonna lose
quack
his
quack,
shit.
bro. Check it out, quack quack.
He gonna lose his shit.
Check it out, quack quack.
Hey,
Man,
he
forgot-
said.
man,
Hey,
forgot he was married, bro.
Hey, he said Sexy Red and Lola Vice need to do a twerk off. I said, hey, hey.
Hey,
I don't know if my
you
girl
got to throw
watches
Nikita
this, I'll be
Lyons in there
quiet.
too, bro. You got to throw Nikita Lyons in there too, bro. 3-way triple threat. Come on, man. Triple threat twerk off be crazy, bro. NXT ratings going through the roof that night, bro. Going through the roof that night.
Hey, boy, I just sit here like.
Y'all thought Lita and Edge broke records, bro? Come on now.
Yo.
All right, bro. All right, time to hang it up. Hang it up, bro.
Hey, bro.
What the-
Y'all thought Lita and Edge broke records,
coming
man?
out.
All right, wrap it up, Malik. Wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Like the stream, we love y'all. Good night.
Yeah, wrap it up.
2024 going
He
to
said throw
surpass
Miss
it, man. I'm
Parker
saying.
in there too.
All right,
Fuck
man.
it.
Well, this show's falling off the deep end.
Good
Nah,
night.
talking
blame
about, bro?
Shawn
We're
Michaels,
not-
man. Shawn Michaels.
What are we talking about?
Blame Shawn Michaels' For You page, bro.
Shawn Michaels should.
Hickenbottom, man.
expose
Somebody need
search
somebody need to look at his search schedule, man. Hickenbottom, he got something up his
He
sleeve.
wildin', bro.
Bro.
He's definitely wilding.
Hickenbottom got something up his sleeve, bro.
His wife definitely has access to his phone. She knows that
We-
password.
We still need the Nate Moss. The Nate Moss. We do Nate Moss.
We ended off right. Let me see. Where's no, geez,
All right,
man,
yeah. Cut it.
I can't put
Yes,
records up
sir.
there.
Yes,
I can't
sir.
put records up there. So we got the exclusive. Bro. We got the exclusive.
I mean, G's not here.
Yeah, I was gonna put records up there, but you know what I'm saying. We
Not
we,
there.
we ended like this, bro. We ended like this. I'm gonna end it with the screen so everybody can grasp this photo. Some people have even screenshotted this and sent it to me. So some people are taking this photo literally
That's
and,
funny as shit.
and posting it on their socials. So take this
W.
photo right here, screenshot it, use it as your make it a poster, hang it up in your room.
Yes,
use this
sir.
as motivation.
Facts.
Tell people that if you're not an Homo sapien, you're not living life to the fullest. Okay. If you're not a Homo sapien, then you're wasting your time and you need some motivation. People who are not
Oh,
Homo
yeah.
sapiens are depressed. They're depressed. They're going through it. They could use this as motivation. So we're gonna end it like this with this great photo. Send us to everybody you love.